Hey, and we're live again for episode 21 of the Hump Day Chinwag. Welcome, ladies and gents. Welcome, chat. Welcome to the panel. We're here again to talk more crap that's happened over the last week or so in terms of TV, film, gaming news, and anything else that we can really find and discuss. It's good to see you all. Good to see you all. Smu the DJ, how you doing, brother?
Doing pretty good. I'm happy to be here. It's Hump Day. Let's fucking go.
Stacy's Geek, how you been?
Good. Getting literally pooping my pants, wetting myself a couple of times this week and a couple of times before playing that bloody scary arse game, but otherwise being fun. So I'm really here to take the piss out of you lot and chew a lot of chewing gum, bubble gum.
I was actually watching your stream earlier, and you went inside some kind of like compound that the mobs were just coming out of nowhere.
Oh yeah, just literally, I was like, that's the add-on, like early access, and they're gonna add on to it. I was just like, Jesus. So yeah, it was just like, just literally my heart. I need to get one of those like live heart monitors on me for that game, because I don't like them games. I really don't, but it's really good. So yeah, I'm just literally every 2 minutes pooping my pants. What's around the corner? Bloody zombie.
The whole of October, we're going to try and do as many horror-related games as possible. So if people are up for it across the panel and certainly across chat as well, if you're up for playing some scary games over October, give us a shout. Make sure you try and pick up a heart rate monitor. You can pick up quite a decent one called from Wahoo. And the
Wahoo! Can you program in it so when it does go and I fall over, that it gives out my address? So people can call bloody the ambulance, because sometimes I'm like, flipping hell, I'm going to have to stop. Getting too old.
Your mobile phone should do that. You can do that with your mobile phone. Yeah.
Yep.
In case of emergency.
Apple phones do that.
Apple and Android. Yeah, pretty much.
I've heard that if you order yours from Lebanon, that if your heart rate gets too high, it'll blow your bollocks off.
Well, that is like a Nicolas Cage movie. I can't remember that one where he detonates his left bollock. Oh, it's like the weirdest movie. I can't remember what it's called. There's a very weird
his left bollock.
Yeah, they're literally one of his movies. He's in a compound and it's weird. It's like weird. It's like this Japanese like mixture of like, they are Japanese villains singing Korean. He's the instigator of this thing, and then he fights everyone, but they pin him down like, you've got like, if you don't do this within like 20 minutes or whatever, like 2 hours.
Prisoners of Ghostland.
That's it, and he blows off his bollock. Literally,
to
watch
Hitler,
it, everyone. It's one of the
right.
weirdest movies, but it draws you in because it's so shit. It's so good, and he just goes over the top acting. It's literally crazy. And
Prisoners of Ghostland review: testicle detonating Nicolas Cage sci-fi. What the?
Yeah, that's it.
Well, that's
If you want to see Nicolas Cage bollock blown up, just that one though, not both of them.
That wasn't even a movie. That was just Nicolas Cage.
One.
Yeah,
it's just the average day in Nicolas Cage's life.
Yeah.
Just
walking down the shops. Pop.
My balls!
So basically, like Hezbollah. Then anyway, Hanayama, how you doing?
So far, so good. We got some news to talk about, and otherwise than
news
that,
for you.
We got the news. And otherwise than that, tea already empty. Fucking again.
Yeah, mine's kind of dead already. I'm gonna have to send the wife on a fucking errand. But I've got my Abomination AJ mug today.
If I did.
Your wife's a VTuber now, though. How can she make you a cup of tea?
She is. Doesn't matter. If she moves away from her computer, the VTuber still stays there.
I need one of them.
Now you broke the magic.
Yep, indeed. Ickly Piggly, how you doing?
Stressed.
Cool.
Out with your demands for tea constantly.
You know what would calm that down, that stress? A nice cup of tea.
So it doesn't work its wonders.
A nice cup of tea.
The last time that Tam took a swig of tea, she almost boffed. She doesn't do tea at all. It does
make me physically, violently ill.
No, but they are therapeutic to make, especially if you make them for other people.
Yeah, especially for your awesome husband, who is of a maze.
And the cat claws are not helping either.
Yeah.
But it's not bad because how small Tomby is.
For a
You've only got
problem,
to do an
then
egg cup.
every week you've got another cat.
No, we've only got the 3. We get a puppy in 4 weeks.
That's how it starts, though.
Exactly,
That's-
exactly.
that's
Now,
it
how many
starts.
pets did you have when I came to see you in January?
1.
1.
Exactly.
We're up to 4 at the minute. We're going to have 5. Well, technically, you can count me as a pet because I live in this room upstairs. It's pretty much a cage.
I mean, you've
Do
you've
you
had an
lick your
average
own
of
ass,
one
though?
pet every 2
I try
months this year.
every day. I can't reach, so I need to get Abe to do it. So that's fine.
And talking about
hopefully, if Poppy has puppies next year, we'll be up to 6.
Oh dear.
Yes, they're going to be the times. Abe, how you been, brother?
Yeah, still breathing. Can't complain.
and cleaning your teeth a little, I've heard.
Flossing.
That's awesome.
Fucking sweet corn again. Fucking.
All right, Bacon. You take care of yourself, fella. Watch some 4K goodness in bed. Nice. Greg.
And make sure
Hello.
that 4K is not Tom B's OnlyFans, though. 4K, you do not. You want to get that to the, like 360 at least.
Yeah, you want to
On
reduce
440p.
the bit rate as much as possible because the lower the bit rate, the bigger things get.
Yeah. You want that kind of 1980s. You're going over to America. You're in a hotel room, and they've like locked that porn channel.
Yeah.
And it's a little bit blurry. You can just about see. That's the perfect.
If you squint hard enough, you might
Yeah.
actually see porn.
Yes, exactly. Yeah,
That's the one.
that's the Tom B channel.
If you just throw a remote control at the TV and slightly break it, you'll get the perfect picture.
You know, there's a perfect life hack for that. Just be an Asian with squinty eyes. Just saying.
Anyway, Greg, what you been up to, my dude?
Well, since you fixed my problems with Minecraft, which is a game for children, which I couldn't figure out, I've been streaming.
Press X to doubt.
Do you know what?
Yeah.
Do you know what? I'm just going to throw this out there flippantly. People only talk to me when they need something.
Interesting, isn't it?
Wankers. No, it's
Except
good to
for
see
me.
that you're playing it.
Lies. I just sent you
I
bullshit
don't
memes.
like. See, the thing is, I like to try and fix things myself, but when I
Yeah.
inevitably can, it's at that point that I'm like,
Can't.
Tomby!
Can't. Or do you mean can't?
5 seconds later.
Can't.
Tomby.
Can't. I'm from
Can't.
Bristol. so
5
can't.
seconds. I don't even think it's with that. It's like 3 clicks. It's not working, Tom B.
No, it was like a couple of days.
Yeah, it was.
But yeah,
you
no,
did,
it's been
you
going
did
well.
try
This is
2
my-
streams. I will give you that. You did
This
try
is my
2.
second.
Emphasis on trying.
Yeah, but it's the trying is the most important thing.
Yeah.
It is hard learning how to log
100%.
into games.
And
And
as we discussed yesterday, we're setting up co-streaming on Rumble as well, which would be
Yep.
an experiment.
hey.
I actually set up Ickle Pickle on Rumble as well yesterday. She doesn't realise
Nice.
it yet.
I didn't do it today because we haven't done the chat side of it, and I don't want to leave people out over there. But
Have you noticed that Tam is incredibly still? It's almost like she's not at her desk and she's making a cup of tea.
she's
Nice
frozen.
one, wife.
She needs a reboot.
Yeah, she needs a reboot. Jack, how you doing, brother?
You just don't know what she's using as water.
I'll
I'm
drink a
doing
bit.
all right, you know. I'm doing all right, you know, because I'm coming at you live here from the Islamic Caliphate of Burmistan. You get me? So right,
Yes.
I've been arrested recently, you know, and apparently it's because I've been a bit racist and stuff. But they let me go. I got off pretty light. They just slapped a Quran in my hand and they says, "Go ahead, brother, start reading that, and you'll be fine." So. Yeah, I'm coming at you live here from the Islamic Caliphate of Burmistan, and praise Allah.
The technicality was they're going to cut your head off if you don't.
No,
That's a pretty
they-
good
they-
idea.
In
I'm all
Minecraft.
right.
In Minecraft.
And just to say as well, Tom B, I remembered you saying last episode that people only come to you when they want something. So I purposefully went out of my way to make small talk with you over Discord
Then-
without
then
asking
you
you for
asked-
anything.
then you
I
asked
didn't
me
ask you for
something.
fuck all. I didn't ask you for fuck all. I was just telling you what I'd been up to, getting that stream avatars thing sorted.
You're enjoying it though, aren't you?
Yeah,
It's
I am
addictive.
actually.
Lost
I
her.
love it.
It is addictive. Once you
That
get
little
started
boss
with stream
battle thing.
avatars.
But when you actually say people only reach out to you when you want something, you are only mentioning, you only mean Greg. because I haven't.
You never reach
You're
out.
like,
No, you just don't
Greg,
reach out
is it
at
just
all.
Greg? Is it? I reached
That's
out. You
the
just
funny
didn't. You
thing.
just. I reached out. You just didn't reach around.
That's the funny thing. Like, neither do I. I just send him dumb memes.
Yeah, I accept.
that's all
I
you
accept
need,
those.
really.
I accept those.
Anyway, we talk every day.
Do we?
Oh.
Yeah, in the Hump
When?
Day chat.
In what?
Yeah.
It's an ongoing conversation.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm in there.
Oh, you're muted.
Yes, you are muted.
What?
You're muted.
The immediate what?
What? What? What?
What are you talking about, man?
What?
What are you
What?
talking
How do you know what I'm saying when I'm muted? It's Greg thinking. It's like,
What have you noticed?
Technology.
Technology is a great thing.
Depends. I've seen some janky AI work over the week. Not sure about that one.
There we go. I just wanted to check and see what happened, Greg.
It unmutes when I hit the
Yes.
button.
Indeed. Right, let's say hello to the chat and see the important people. How we doing, Rick? It's good to see you.
Hello.
Rick's in the chat. Robert Harvey. How we doing? Tracy Reeves. Greg Bacon-Sani was here, but he's gone to watch some 4K only fans, which is not a problem. Daily Dysfunction.
Only bacon.
Only bacon. Oh, mate. Only pork chops. Ugh. That'll be only
Hello,
Sam.
Double D.
Double
that sounds like
Only,
you're watching
pork
Mr.
chops sounds
Pork
like the
mate.
Peppa Pig version of Pornhub.
No, that would be like Mr. Pork Chop. We know him too well now.
Daily Dysfunction
Yeah.
and Abe are so cute in the chats. I can't wait till I meet them both and molest them both and make the other watch.
Well, that's why I
list.
put Abe's company as Daly's personal ranger underneath his name,
Yep.
because I think it's quite cute. Tracy Reeves, how you doing?
Hello.
Abe Walls in the chat. Ref,
Well,
is it going to be another gate and lay? Definitely.
No.
Steve, good to see you, my friend. Good to see you.
Hey.
Spin through, Ickly Pickly. Davyverse. Oh, hello. You're on camera, by the way. She's like,
fuck you.
yes, dickhead. Chuck Jose, how you doing? Hail Muppets. Yes, indeed. Right, Princess Cinnamon Boots. Good to see you. Good to see you. Ref, weirdly, horror films don't bother me at all, but games. Well, the problem is
The
that
interactive element, right?
No,
Yeah.
no. That was a mistype. He went to put gays.
I was thinking Ref was kind of like scared of gays. I mean, let's face it, they are quite scary. But it's the anticipation. When it comes to a film, you kind of like understand the beginning, middle, and end, and where it's going to go. But
Wait, you
with
said
a
beginning,
game,
middle,
because
and
there's a
end?
hell of a lot more interactivity there, your actions are driving the anxiety, driving the horror, driving the story forward. So you're more on edge of what your next decision is might get your balls fucking locked off or something fucking scary.
One of the scariest games I've played was Doom 3, which was like designed.
Doom 3? What are you talking
yeah,
about? The music should get you fucking rock solid, and you shouldn't be fucking scared at any
No,
part of that game.
but the mistake was already playing Doom 3 because that game is fucking booty cheeks.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well,
Play
but
Eternal.
they had a
Doom Eternal is where
psychologist
it's
help
at.
with the level design, and they engineered quite a lot of things in there that just meant it was really, really scary to play.
The way to play is you play Doom, you play Doom 2, then you play Doom 2016, and then you play Doom Eternal. There is no Doom 3.
Yeah.
Doom 3
I
is
don't
bad
understand the
juju.
concept
I never
of
finished
getting
it.
scared at movies and games. I'm sorry. I just don't understand that concept. I've played Phasmophobia with other people, and they're all screaming their asses off, getting all like and all that. And I'm just like, it's a fucking game. It's not nothing's coming out to bite you in the ass. Do you know what I mean?
I
I don't get the concept.
I'm going to see if you can see this, because obviously Killer Cheese, good friend of the channel, he's actually playing scary games and shit like this. But he actually put this short out, and I was fucking laughing my cock off.
It's
Is it
Resident
jumpy
Evil 7, is it?
again?
Looks like Resident Evil 7, yes.
It looks like Resident Evil 7.
We're good, man. We're good. We're good.
Nope, you're not.
We're good. We're good.
You fucking it's just that reaction. Fucking killer cheese, you made me fucking
My God, that is literally what I was like when I sent you that tweet. Literally,
Yeah,
that
you
is
fucking
exactly the same.
shitting yourself just constantly. What the fuck is with this order, man? Why does it always fuck up the order? Ugh,
It's trying to
Jenga, innit?
It's trying to execute Order 66.
Something dark side.
To the left and the right.
Also, a little shout out to Lady Runesong in my chat. Brendan P. Also,
yep.
Shout out.
Brendan P, how you doing? Yeah, we're still going through. Rick's in the chat. Hezbollah. Get Zombie a microwave for his room then. Right. Put user in timeout. Rick.
Bye, Rick.
Bye, Rick.
It's only the same time someone was timed out for that remark. I just want to throw that out there. The first one,
yeah, Crimson Shadows in the house.
I think I'm gonna buy you a tease made for Christmas.
Just pay Tam. That's it. I mean, she's not on the computer right now.
How am I going to phrase this?
No takes. False. I'm here every stream, chatting your time.
Yeah, you're here every week, Jay, and not doing your homework.
Yes, in fact,
shame upon you.
He's not even on the panel. I mean, it's shocking behavior.
Homework.
Yeah, but he's also not doing his homework that I gave him. So shame on your head. Shame on your head.
Galador, it's good to see you. David Verse. Norman Conquest, how you doing, James? Good to see you, my friend. What platform are you watching on? YouTube. Cool beans. Don't forget, we are live on Smu's YouTube, both myself and Smu's Twitter, as well as Rumble. Plenty of places to watch the content. Oh, bless him. For $1.99 on the old Dibdobs. Hail Muppets from J Tapio. How you doing?
That's his away fee. That's his away fee, by the way.
Yes, that's his subs. Oh. so for the UK guys. Oh, hello, Tam. What does that T-shirt say? I don't need therapy. I just need to play WoW. Nice. Yep. Happy days. Thank you, Whiffle.
Well, I do need therapy. I live with you.
Fuck off. Takes. You Brits and Euros start too early. I'm at work still. Well, just leave early. Just Skive. Just say you've got.
Just say you got really bad diarrhea. Go into the toilet. Phone on.
Explosive diarrhea. Yeah.
Just go into the toilet. Shit off. Smear it about a place, and then just walk home.
And anybody comes in and goes, "Are you okay?" Just go. Oh no! Run away!
And it happens every Wednesday.
Yeah.
You just have a really bad.
Tuesday night is curry night, and I'm sorry guys, don't know what's going on.
No, it's bad. No, Stace, it's bad Chipotle.
Holy shit!
Taco Bell.
Gifting 5 zombie memberships.
Yo.
And you, Davey Verse, just for that, you get this.
I love breasts.
Yes. Carl of the RNG podcast gets a membership. Deranged Lunatic, aka DL, JJ Gosling, Leon, the gayest man alive, Bacon Sonny. Welcome to being Muppets. Thank you very much indeed, Davey Verse.
Tam, what is your avatar doing?
I'm getting kind of.
Yeah, I have no idea because I was just sitting.
It looked a bit perverse, I will say. It may end up getting clipped.
The avatar also had a bad day of Chipotle.
if the streets are over too
This is what Zombie does to me. It even sends my avatar wonky.
Thanks for fucking sensei wonky.
I just want to say as well, Davey Verse, reach out to me on Discord if you're on Discord because I want to talk to you. I'm not in any servers, but reach out to me at Jack Tarlad. I want to talk to you.
Are you running out of olive oil again?
I am, yes.
No,
that is a good source of oils.
Talking manly whiffs.
He milks it from his breast, that's why.
Yeah, it's all about manly whiffs.
He squeezed it from a tits with a vice. That's what he did.
Have you got your own Discord, Jack?
No, I like I said, I don't. I'm not on any servers. I actively dipped out of all servers, and I don't have my own
He's
server.
like John Connor out of Terminator 3.
Hey, John Connor.
And it only thinks he comes in now again. That beard is fake. He does that afterwards.
I'm almost tempted to create.
Just peels his face off.
Yeah, he's actually from Bristol. Wait.
Fucking
wait, hopefully accent change.
I'm almost tempted to create a general chat text channel called Manly Whiffs.
Manly.
Yeah. I think that would work quite well. Manly Whiffs. Anyway. Davyverse, thank you very much indeed. Yes, Ickle Pickle is Annie Moo. She is indeed. We're going to create one that's more akin to her likeness, Natty, but for now it will do. Plus, there's some work that Art of Dominique's been doing in the background for avatars for everybody. So I'm going to start pulling apart the avatars and using those as well. Tracy Reeves, dude, even I have my own Discord server and I'm a nobody.
Who said that?
Well, Tracy Reeves.
Who?
Who said that? Tumbleweed in the background.
Yeah, he said he's
Trace.
nobody.
Trace, have you got your internet sorted now? Have you got fast internet?
God damn it, I made you tea and didn't make me coffee.
Well, who's the
That's
tard?
selfless, that is.
Who is the tard?
Your avatar's going to have another seizure.
I thought we were asking questions.
Oh. No. It was kind of like...
I thought this was a
This is
Q&A
now Prime Minister's
game.
question time, Stasis.
Well, I would have got it right anyway.
Yeah. Well, the only clear answer is just going to be Greg.
Greg.
True.
Exactly. I mean, what can we do? Right, anyway, let's get
who's got
on
piles?
with the show.
Greg.
Let's go.
Let's get on with the show. Let's go on with the show.
Let's get it on.
Warhammer.
Yes.
40k.
Glorious.
Add to screen. It's the only thing.
Spice
I have to
Marine.
shuffle things around. It's
Spice
mad as toast.
Marine.
Spice.
To the right.
Whee!
Up
To
and
the
down.
left, to the
Quite a
left.
bit.
Those Marines.
I think we lost Jack. Oh, wait,
Nope,
no.
Jack is back.
Yeah, I've got to add him back
Oh,
into
yes,
the
yes,
scene.
Helicopter.
The fuck?
IGN actually got caught correcting their review, by the way.
Yes, they did. They actually made it really, really low, and then
They gave it a 7.5, and then everybody was like, wait a minute, you give this game a 7, but Star Wars a 7.5?
I think it was
They gave Space Marine a 6 at first.
it was originally a 6. They upped it to a 7, but didn't they put Concord at like 7.5?
Yep, and that's why they corrected it up to like
It's
an
like-
8 now.
Yes.
Yeah, how can you have a game that's like... Anyway. Right. Space Marines 2, the final preview. So, for those that haven't obviously been playing the game or anything like that, a new game hit the market and everyone's been going nuts for it, including the likes of myself, Smu the DJ, Horny Alf. We've been having good sessions with it. It has filled a void where it comes to things like Helldivers 2 and the fact that Helldivers 2 fell off a cliff so hard because Sony and his fuckery. But Warhammer 40k, a beloved franchise by many, released Space Marine 2 to very good opening scores to the fans. Warhammer 40k spreads far and wide, humble tabletop origins that would be considered the fantasy of being one of the Adeptus Astartes, a Space Marine, as being on par with being Batman or a Jedi Knight at this point, and Space Marine 2 brings us closer to that fantasy. There's something going wrong with Jack's connection. Either Jack's like, fuck this shit, I'm out, and then rejoins. Are you right, Jack?
No, anytime you bring up a video or anything like that, my internet just craps out. It's too much bandwidth or whatever, and it just everyone robot, and I can't hear a fucking word anyone's saying, and it loses connection. Anytime you bring up any internet page, anytime the at the beginning's playing, it's just too much.
And it's
Okay. How bizarre.
See what I mean?
That's fucking well fucked. And the thing is that I don't even think I can alter like any of the bandwidth of the share, because I mean it's I assume it's just being coming across in 1080p anyway.
Yeah, I don't really know how to cure it, but it's all right when it's just us, or mainly it's okay when it's just us talking. But anytime a video is playing or anything like that, it just craps my internet out and I can't hear a thing, and it kicks me out.
Oh, that's fucking a bit bullshit.
Have you tried turning off the porn channel?
That does not always work.
Oh, I think
I'm
Smu
not
just
doing
went
that,
then.
Stasis.
It's one of them things out of Friends. Remember the Friends bunny? They were like
Priorities,
turn it off
man.
just in case we never get it back for free. That's what it is. It's just got it like constantly. Premium channel.
Yep. So what's immediately striking is how detailed and well animated everything on the ground is. From the humble Acadians who will often kneel and talk in whisper as the Emperor's angels approach, to the smallest gilded details on the architecture. Now, how many people have actually played it? Probably just me and Smu at this point in time. I
watched the playthrough Asmongold did.
Yeah, it is a beautiful game. It is gory and it's visceral. Absolutely everything that you can.
This game feels like a time capsule of like the early 2010s, like when the PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360 era was about to end. It feels like a relic of no time almost. It has no right to be this good, but for some reason it is.
Yeah, and everyone's flocking to play it as well.
The more I hear about the developers of the game actually going out of their way to actually read actual lore and to work on the story and everything, man, I was like, yeah, we need more people like those devs in development again.
Oh, fuck
now the campaign. So in terms of the campaign, I will agree with James. The campaign is short.
Yes.
Now I'm hoping that they obviously add to it, which there's no reason why they can't add to it. Let's face it, because this gives them such a good footing into the Warhammer universe that we know what to expect now. Mm-hmm. And one of the main reasons, obviously, that I bring this one up first, less about how many people are flocking to it and all this, that, and the other. It's the actions of the devs and what the devs turned around to the woke lefties who were upset and basically told them to wind their necks in, because ultimately the devs that created the game, specifically the CEO, has turned around to them and said, there you go, mate. You got kicked out. Let me stop screen share.
I might just end up dipping, mate, because this was happening last time as well, and I've got a feeling that it's just going to keep happening and happening. So I don't know what it is. This new EV Mux thing, it don't work for me.
Yeah, the video frame rate for me is very choppy. If I switch it up to higher than 720. And like it gets like very choppy for some reason.
Just seeing if I can alter any settings.
And by the way, while you figure that out, Grizzled, yes, we already fought the orcs in the first game. So Warhammer 40k Space Marine, the first one, we already did battle the orcs and fought some chaos in the end of the campaign for that one. But we can totally bring them back. We do not mind shooting orcs in the face again.
I wouldn't mind
that. Is the first one worth playing? I do have it.
Yes.
The first one is definitely worth playing.
Very good.
Cheap and a bit broke right now, so I can't really get into the Space Marine 2, but I'm thinking I might enjoy playing Space Marine 1.
The first one is very good.
Yes, specifically for its time, it's really good.
How much is the second one?
It's like 70 quid? 60 quid?
I can tell
I think that was for early access. I think it's 50. You might be able to get an enhanced edition for 60.
Yep. Yeah. I'm just going to throw this up on screen. Hopefully it won't kick Jack out. Jack, obviously, if it keeps on doing, we'll keep the screen shares to a minimum, mate, rather than having to bow you out. Obviously, if you need to jump, you need to jump. Next week, we'll drop it down to 720. It's at 1080p at the minute. So next week, we'll try it at 720 for you, just to make sure that you can stay with us. So let's see about adding this onto screen and see how long we get Jack for. So essentially, the reason fucking wankers. The reason why I wanted to raise up Warhammer 40k because we need more devs like this. Space Marine 2 dev won't say whether imposing morals on gamers. YouTube comment is from its CEO. So essentially,
that's
Saber
referring to the
Interactive-
Asmongold video, right?
Yeah, it was the Asmongold
comment in there.
video where one of the comments on the video. I wonder if it's actually here.
It's in here. I see it already.
So essentially, hey man, CEO of Saber here. I love your videos. When we signed the deal to make Space Marine 2, and let me stop screen share. I'll just read it out so we don't lose Jack. But essentially, turns around and says, when we signed a deal to make Space Marine 2, all I wanted was a throwback game. We had the chance to work on something which, by its nature, was old school. I can't even comprehend how many of the current games that we play these days, they are too complex and too much of an investment. We worked on Halo back in the day, and that game could be distilled down to the simplest of shooting loops, but it was entirely addicting. That is what they wanted to recapture. I hope that games like Space Marine 2 and Wukong are the start of a reversion to a time when games were simply about fun and immersion. I spent some time as CEO at Embracer, and I saw games that that made me want to cry with their overblown attempt at messaging or imposing morals on gamers. We just want to do some glory kills and get that heart rate up a little. For me, that is what games should be about. And 100%, we need to bring that kind of attitude back to gaming. And not just that, you can distill that into TV, you can distill that into films as well. Because we've lost that edge. We're pandering to this small freaking crowd for brownie points, and literally brownie points have taken it up the arse from arseholes that don't fucking care about the products or the IP. They just want to get their message across and their reputation across at the expense of all of ours.
Keep in mind that Saber's a majority of Russians working on the game as well. So you can definitely feel the testosterone in the game, because I even said that when we were playing with Alf the other day. This is the most testosterone I've ever felt in a game in the last 10, 12 years, probably. And that's saying something. And it is very reminiscent of the Gears of War trilogy that I used to play. Well, apart from 4, 5, and the inevitable 6th game that will come out, maybe. But we'll see.
It's very simple.
I mean, if you look at it, they haven't released 6 yet, but they're going to make a prequel with Marcus Phoenix. So I think even Microsoft is seeing the writing on the wall and thinking like, yeah, maybe we should stick to Marcus Phoenix instead.
Yeah.
You know.
But you got Melee K of Melee Games as well. I'm still not convinced this is actually him. It's hard to tell. Anyone can impersonate someone in the YouTube comment section. The company he works for is ESG, correct? 100%. And
is Saber now, because they got bought out, didn't they?
Embracer.
Yes.
Embracer.
Yeah, but Embrace didn't they leave Embracer because he's not chief operating officer at Embracer anymore?
Yeah, they got bought out.
Yep.
So Saber left Embracer.
Yes.
Who owns them now?
Let me look that up.
We can have a look. See, yeah.
Because I remember him being the chief operating officer, and I actually nerded out enough to watch live those meetings when he was giving presentations for Embracer Group.
They now belong to Beacon Interactive.
I think the important thing for me as well, Melee K, so Charisma in chat there, make sure you go check out the Melee Games channel, guys. The important thing for me here is the attitude shift of whether it's him or not, the game actually aligns with that comment that came into that YouTube stream. The game actually quite aligns with it. They've tried to go back to what is essentially a beautifully crafted hack and slash that gets your blood pumping. You've got to think about things. Things are not just easy. You can get your heart rate up for a good couple of hours easily and crack through the game. You can play with friends. And there's near no form of modernized messaging in there at all. It's like go around and kill the fuck out of people.
I just found a blog post that explains who Beacon Interactive is that bought Saber out of Embracer. They sold them for $247 million. They're based in Florida, so
Well, it's not California.
Well, this is a California, yeah. That's one good thing about it. But yeah, like I said already, I mean, just playing that game, you could feel the weight behind the characters. You could like, you felt like the shooting when you were shooting the guns.
Who said
the
it?
Impact.
Who said it? Was it yourself or Horny Alf that turned around and said, "This feels like Mech Warrior"?
That was Alf.
With just human characters.
Yeah,
and it's so accurate. So accurate.
It is.
Space Marine 2, just like Space Marine 1, falls into the niche category of like, oh, this is my favorite genre of video game. The genre is violence.
Yeah.
Glorious violence.
Exactly. Back to school ground rules of beating the fuck out of each other and not giving a shit.
Just like Doom, just like the original Quake games, it's just glorious violence.
What I love about this game is it makes me feel like I'm actually the target audience for the game, for a change. And that's so fucking refreshing. Like, actually having a game that's kind of made for me instead of stuff like 5% of, well, less than 5% of the populace.
What would make it really authentic for me is having to sit around a portable television screen with four-way, you know.
Yes.
What's it all sitting next to each other and like sitting, you know, on a 12-inch portable TV.
Black and white.
That'd be it.
Very authentic. Yep. I mean, it's like I told to Abe yesterday, he didn't even know there was a new Power Rangers game coming out, and he was very thrilled about that. Believe it or not.
Yeah. Let's quickly throw this one up. Current players of...
Holy shit.
Yeah. Yep. Current players on the Steam charts for Space Marine 2. So certainly has numbers behind it and fairly stable numbers. Peaks and troughs obviously align with times of the day. So UK time, 8 o'clock, that's midnight in America. So you can imagine people are starting to go to bed and things like that. So peaks and troughs are really easy to see. But even if you were to average across, you're looking at 100k, which is...
What's the lowest dip there then?
Lowest dip, which is just there, 41,000 players at the quietest time of the day.
That would be like the lowest player count ever since launch then.
Yes.
40,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's been less than a week. You haven't even got a month's worth of data.
I mean, that 40,000 is...
ironic.
They would love... Yeah, that is ironic, isn't it?
I mean, if you look at the numbers...
That lowest dip is an hour ago.
Yep, that's true.
No, it's this morning.
That's Concord would have loved those numbers.
It's this morning.
Oh, right, yeah, 8 o'clock. Sorry,
I was about to say that.
I'm looking at our time.
Yeah,
okay, yeah, so 8 o'clock this morning.
Yep.
There you go. I mean, like, people go to work, don't they?
Yeah, exactly.
Imagine going to work.
Yep.
And the funny thing about Space Marine 2 is also Space Marine 2 is the highest played Warhammer game that ever released on Steam, and it's not even close.
Yep.
Yeah. It's so far above everything else, it's fucking untrue. So
the thing is, it's tempting me into 40k. Not as a war game hobby, but around the lore and stuff like that. And I'm much more rooted in the old world role-playing game and a bit of the figure game. I've got an army of Skaven myself, but I've never really got into the 40k stuff.
Did you ever play Space Crusade?
Greg's into roleplay.
Greg is.
We learn something new every day.
Rewind that. I literally came off 2 seconds.
You just came off.
You're obsessed.
I came off Greg.
Places.
Came off the Greg, and he didn't say anything about roleplay.
You came after
Greg. All I heard was came when you were speaking, so I don't know what you're fucking talking about.
You fucking perv.
But yeah,
that's why you're all sweaty.
Role-playing a bit.
Yeah,
he always is.
That's why Space Geeks all sweaty.
12 bays of RPGs there, and then there's another 3-foot pile in the other room.
What is it? Is this sex talk for dildos?
I think so. I think he's talking about his Bad Dragon collection.
Oh my god!
He's dressed like a lumberjack.
Who just said, "Oh my god"?
I have no idea. They were far away from the mic.
And he likes roleplay.
Someone just said, "Oh my god!"
I've got 4 bays of Warhammer.
What?
That was smooth.
Oh, it's smooth. It's smooth. Greg, back to the question. Did you ever play Space Crusade?
Yes.
Have you still got Space Crusade?
What, the board game?
Yeah, board game. because that was the original when Space Marines was really introduced to all us kids back in the early 90s.
You know, I
Chris
don't
wasn't
know
a kid
if
in
I
the
still got
90s.
it.
He was
Oh, this
an
is a good
elderly
point. He's old as
man.
fuck, so he's like 38 at that point in time.
Yeah.
Da Vinci.
It was 12. Come on.
Da
If I do have it, I've got like the special edition one with embossed tile.
All right, Jack, welcome back.
Da Vinci's just said, did someone say Dragon Dildo Roleplay? What did I walk into? That's Greg.
You're welcome, Da
That
Vinci.
wasn't me. I
Don't
didn't
want
say
to
Dragon
walk
Dildo
into
roleplay.
it. Don't ever walk into it.
That's
You're
this
poking out
guy.
your eye.
Just check
the
out
book.
everything behind him.
Yeah,
You see, we got a
and
dildo
dragon
behind
dildo
him.
to the side of him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
black throbbing member to there, the 10-inch
That one.
black rib knobbler.
But don't forget the knob that's right next to his
Yeah.
left ear. Yeah.
Ooh.
No, the other
No,
one.
not
the other
that one.
Find
Not that one.
The one on your speaker.
On your speaker,
On the speaker.
What is that?
Stabbing wrist-
Yeah.
yeah, on top of
No,
your
no.
speaker, a salmon
no,
I
crystal
can't even point at
coloured.
it.
Yeah, that's it.
Yes,
That one.
It's a salt crystal, man.
everyone.
Yeah, that's what,
no,
of course
that
it
is
is.
definitely phallic.
I can like
Salt crystal.
Even Nichols
Hold
fucking
on.
telling you got a fucking dildo in the background.
He's gonna get his dildos. Oh my god.
He is. Oh my god.
It's
he's gonna-
an assault
now-
crystal. Is that what
Tommy,
he
Tommy,
said?
Has he
kick
got
us all
trousers
out.
on?
Kick us
Oh,
all out, so
fantastic.
he's all on his own.
That's just.
Did you notice how he turned? He didn't want to show his winky then. He's got a fucking stiffy. hasn't he?
Now it's blowing. That's a worry.
That's
in
even
case you
No,
lose it in the bed.
right. I've got a serious question.
Greg,
Greg,
you've got it in vibrate mode. Turn it off. It's bouncing
No.
off.
See,
Vibrate mode.
No. I will make. I'm about to make this so
Music,
much worse.
excited
No.
music,
I'm about to make this. I'm about to make this so much worse. I'm about to make this so much worse.
I bet
for
you
Greg.
can't.
I can. Anybody, and I do mean anybody that has ever read, let's say, questionable adult manga, knows what that sensor beacon is. So you just done fucked up, Greg, and you will be
Sensor
memed
beacon?
to death for it.
what sensor beacon?
I bet I can one up that Hanayama. Right? Do you know your salt crystal dildo adaptation?
It's not a dildo.
When you shove it up your butt, do you turn into a light stick?
no.
It glows from the
You have to
inside
unplug
out.
it before you do that.
He opens his mouth and he's fucking turns into the fucking guy from fucking
It's
Big
too
Trouble in
dark
Little
for me
China.
to turn everything back on, I'm afraid, so I'm going to sit like this from now on.
How very racist of you.
He turns into Lopan. He opens his mouth and his fucking butt light comes out.
Butt light.
He's fucking broke his fucking shit now.
I have.
Fucking Jesus Christ.
Nice.
Shocking. Ref says it's all fun. It's a fun time, even if you don't want to spend any money. Seeing all the panoramas is great.
What on Greg's?
David says
You
this
don't
is
wanna see
retarded.
that.
It is 100%.
Welcome to the show, Davey. Welcome to the show.
There we go.
Rick's got the perfect analogy for Greg right now. He's a glow bug.
Yep.
Yes, he is. Right, back to this one, because obviously bouncing between Warhammer. So Warhammer is kind of like filled the niche that Helldivers 2 has left out for quite a mini gamer. But I'm actually quite fucking shocked by Helldivers. Actually, I'm actually quite fucking shocked. Look at this shit.
That they start charging people for things?
No, it's less about that. It's more about this.
Whoa.
Yeah, because the most recent patch, so obviously they were averaging probably 20k all the way up until the latest patch. The latest patch has hit, and even though there's stratagems that are locked behind a grind or a paywall, the actual balancing of mechanics and the new abilities and some of the new things that you can do has actually seen a massive resurgence in terms of numbers playing.
Yep.
Massive resurgence.
It's probably just curiosity, though.
It could be a knee-jerk reaction to curiosity and seeing how it's doing. I mean, if we went for a 1 month view,
yoink.
that's obscene. I mean, it's going higher than
when there's a pack come out.
Yeah.
Specifically, if it's a balance patch that actually does something and not just nerfs shit into the ground further.
That recent spike is the gaming Viagra kicking in.
I think there was
like
a
somebody
release
came
that
and they
went
all
without a
drop
blip.
out.
And by the way, Tomby, since you asked what about the fucking glow stick sensor beacon, look in Discord.
I dread to think about what's going on in Discord.
Oh no! It's nothing horrible, but specifically if Smu looks at it, like Smu should understand.
Why has he got one?
No, he should understand.
Fucking
I'm gonna be real.
Get out! Jesus, out him on live on the stream.
Vordy says Warhammer is for men. Helldiver's got a shitload of buffs. Manage democracy.
Warhammer is for men.
Warhammer.
Butt plugs are for the streamers.
There was a massive rework to fix the weapons.
Yeah. So, Malikay, I do have sympathy for the Helldivers team. They had a full force of the internet thrown at them and fumbled because they didn't know how to handle it. The other thing as well, I do feel sorry
Sony.
for Arrowhead.
Yep.
A great deal because they were basically pushed into a position by Sony's attitude. And they're hamstrung by the licensing, clearly by the licensing that they had agreed with Sony. So a lot of the problems and a lot of the arguments that the fans were having, directing towards the devs and the studio was completely unfounded, and it should have been directed solely at Sony.
They threw Arrowhead under the bus.
Oh, massively.
Essentially.
Massively. And Arrowhead didn't have a leg to stand on.
Literally.
They couldn't exactly turn around and say, oh, well, we're never going to make any more games and go via Sony again, because at that point in time, they're hurting their bottom line. They'll never make another game.
But this brings me back to what I was saying when the game first came out. Remember when I was saying on stream even, I wonder when Sony's going to step in and fuck it up. I even said that on stream at one time. I was like, I'm just waiting for Sony to fuck it up because it's going way too good for them. Because Sony hates being successful. But here's
the thing. Like we can blame Sony for a lot of shit, like the PSN debacle and all that bullshit. But
PS5 Pro pricing.
Yeah, like all of that bullshit. But Sony is not in charge of balancing the game. So a bad balance patch is Arrowhead's fault and nobody else's.
Who have we lost? No. Have we lost someone? No, we haven't.
Nope.
Darrow over on Rumble. Good to see him, my dude.
But that's nothing unusual.
Yeah. Pete, of course, they still need to be held to account for their community managers. Oh, 100%. 100%. And I think one of the other guys said it in chat. I can't remember who actually said it. It might have been Davyverse. It might have been Galadorn. But essentially, do not go on to any game Discord channels because the community managers don't know their asses from their elbows, essentially.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what you get for hiring activists as community managers. That's the freaking problem in the first place.
That right there, Galadorn, is one of the reasons why Arrowhead is the unwilling victim in this whole thing in terms of, well, you got the fans, of course, and the players, but I don't hold anything against Arrowhead. Fucking Arrowverse. Fuck me.
Okay, Barry, I'm I know. Where's Zoom?
Exactly. Exactly. Fucking Arrowverse.
Eobard Thorn. Where the fuck is he?
Blizzard's worse. Blizzard Activision. Yeah.
Their community managers are the worst, to be honest.
Yeah. There's some really good community managers out there, guys, and then there are some very, very poor ones. And the ones that are really, really poor tend to be Reddit hires, poor communication skills, and just looking to make an argument rather than actually sorting out problems.
I mean,
one of the things that I've noticed about one of the things I've noticed about Discord community managers and moderators is that they're fucking kids and they haven't got they haven't got any idea about how the real world works, how people actually communicate.
Yep.
And you know, like what's the phrase I'm looking for? Resolution of problems, how to resolve things, how to de-escalate things, conflict resolution. Thank you very much. All those sorts of things. They've got no idea about that. They've got no real life experience. The majority of them, they're straight out of school. They think, oh, I can be a Discord moderator. And then when you actually go to them with reasonable sort of requests or some kind of problem that you have, they've got no idea how to resolve it. None whatsoever. So
no sense of judgment.
I agree with
a biased sense of judgment. They've got a biased sense of judgment because they come in with pre-loaded priorities and expectations about what they think is acceptable and what's not acceptable.
Yes,
that's their community because they're the managers. I just think of them like when I was younger. You used to get like the old throwback park wardens who had the stereotype of just like don't sit on the grass and going around and being a proper little Hitler.
Jobs worth cunts.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, pretty much.
What they are.
Give anyone like that with a little bit of power, and they exercise it within as much of it as they can within the realms of. Then they overstep the lines and they piss off the community. What the fuck's wrong with you?
A uniform and they think they're Hitler.
Fucking Stasis is just fucking off on one, seeing how much he can fucking wind people up.
He's having a
I
fit.
told you at the beginning of the stream.
We can't hear you, by the way. You're muted. Still can't hear you. Still can't hear you.
But I want to reiterate what Kay was saying.
Olive oil.
This is exactly what is wrong with community managers at the moment. They need better fucking coaching.
Yeah.
And
that's what leave their agendas at the door.
Well, good luck with that, especially nowadays.
Yeah.
And it's also what Kay said earlier with the height of the game being released at the height of the culture war as well. She ain't wrong, because that was pretty much the game to play for everyone. Like, everybody loved that game. It didn't matter what political spectrum you were on. Some people try to say it was more propaganda against the left. Some people say it was like a tongue-in-cheek jab at the right. But everybody enjoyed the game equally until Sony stepped in and fumbled it. So yeah,
what it could have been, eh?
What it could have been, yeah.
Dara, someone's dropped out. Ickly pickly. Dara,
just rebooting.
Yeah, EV Mux and Rumble aren't working well together today. How is EV Mux working so far? I'm finding it okay. Jack's having issues because it's saturating his bandwidth, keeps on kicking him out. I'm seeing a bit of latency every now and again on some of the videos and things like that, Dara. Now, I'm going to reach out to the EV Mux guys, because we could be seeing a spike in people coming across to this product rather than using StreamYards, because the price increases are basically now. So a lot of people are going to be dropping out of StreamYards.
I've noticed some of the animations when you're highlighting texts, you're clicking through them quicker than they're appearing on stream as well, because of the animation that's added.
That's why I've slowed down.
Yeah.
I'm at Greg's speed now.
I would like the ability to be able to reduce the resolution coming through to my computer. So, like, whatever you want to broadcast it at to your channel, that's fine. But actually coming through to the studio, I'd like to be able to reduce because I don't need to see it in full fucking, full 4K, 60 frames a second. I'm here. I can hear you all. As long as I can hear you all and I can see it moderately clearly, I'm happy.
When I go full screen, you really want to see that beauty. You want to see that full screen.
Nah.
You're very quiet as well, Stasis. That's why I said you were muted earlier.
Really?
Really cool. Yeah, you're
very quiet, yeah.
But I'm right next to this, so I don't know what's going on.
You are right.
I'm right next to you. I'm still fucking louder.
Yes.
How weird.
Yes. Jack, what I'll do is I'll reach out to him and just see if there is a way for the guest to locally hide the cameras, because then that will reduce the bandwidth for you massively, because you don't need to see all of us.
Well, I don't necessarily want to do that. I've hid you at the bottom,
1080p.
and it's helped a little bit. So I've hid all the cameras at the bottom of the studio, and that helped a little bit.
Yeah.
But apart from that, like the actual main screen.
Yeah.
It seems to be whenever you highlight a chat like that, or whenever you play a video or bring something in the shared space, that's when it craps out for me. And everyone just robot.
I think the main problem what Kay is highlighting here in the previous message is that most community managers are being too corporate these days. I think that's the biggest fucking problem.
They're trying to get the next big step up.
Yeah, they think if they do a good
yeah.
job and wank off the company a bit too much that they're working for, that they actually have a step ladder to actually get a higher position, and that's the problem, I think. They don't understand how the internet works, and I agree with that fully, because they can't take criticism, and honestly, the majority of them shouldn't even be in that position. They're not trained for it most of the time, and I feel like trained staff should be a community manager, someone who has actual experience.
Yeah, customer service experience.
Customer
service training.
Correct. Yeah, or at least have some retail experience, maybe.
Yeah, but the thing is, they are just wannabes who are trying to get
in
on.
a Primark.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, they need to work at somebody where somebody's going to give you shit.
Yep.
Yeah.
Go and work in a pub.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
in a cafe for 3.5 years.
Yeah, Dara, what I'll do is I'll suspend Rumble for now then, mate. Pop into YouTube, buddy. Pop into YouTube.
He sucks Rumble's cock so hard.
He does. I mean, he's all about his Rumble studio, isn't he? He says, "Come on,
loves that thing."
Come on, my face, Rumble studio.
Fair enough, though. I mean, it is a better alternative.
Dara, quick question to you: did Rumble send you that green thingy just so you can chill for them? That weird triangle thing that they sent to everybody.
Did they?
Yeah, when you have an exclusive contract, you get like this weird triangular Rumble thing.
It's like the VLC fucking traffic cone. Just green.
Just green, yeah.
Or is it like a knockoff YouTube subscriber thing?
Kind of. It more looks like Greg's green dildo.
Virginia.
You're obsessed, man. You really are obsessed.
Dick.
I am with you.
See, here's the thing.
It's not just me.
What Kay said above Natty's post there. I don't think community managers are being interviewed for that. They're asked if they can manage a community. Most of them will say yes because they don't want to pass up the opportunity to actually moderate a community.
Yeah.
And that's the biggest fucking problem. You have like people coming in saying like, "Yeah, I've got experience in things, I guess."
You don't need experience really to be a moderator of something.
That is true.
You just know how to click the ban button, right? But to actually, like we were talking about, for actual conflict resolution, for being, unbiased, and like you've got to listen to people's problems, you've got to sort of repeat what they're saying to them, you've got to know how to use warming language and cooling language and all these things that come with customer service experience. You would be trained on those things if you went and got an actual fucking job in customer service. They have to train you how to do it, because it's pointless having some dickhead out there like in the front of shop, and they don't know how to deal with a customer properly, and they just tell them, "Oh, well, if you don't like the product, fuck off.
If you don't like it, don't buy it."
I just wanted a refund, mate. It's not the right size for me. Oh, well, you don't like our products. Oh, you're a dickhead. You bet you're a racist as well. Is it because of my colour?
You're racist because our clothes are made in different colours. Fucking wankers. Fuck them.
Imagine me that racist. Man.
I'm going to grab a refill.
Yeah, go for it, mate. We're gonna switch over anyway. Helldivers is seeing a resurgence because of the most recent patch, so people are starting to go back to playing it. Do I go back and playing it? Sony kind of shit the bed on that one. So I've still got a sour taste in my mouth because of it. And no disrespect to the Helldivers team. I think the Helldivers devs and the team and the fans probably deserve us all to go back to the game, but at this point in time, Sony is a bunch of fucking arseholes. They've soured it for me.
Once burned.
Yeah, indeed. Notates, customer service behind a keyboard and a screen is no customer service. You don't have to hear someone truly cuss you out in person, so you don't really learn.
Yep.
I mean, the thing is you lose a lot of emotion when you're talking with text and emails and things like that. A lot of the emotion, lots of the kind of like emphasis or the tone of the speech is lost. So it's hollow. It's not even worthwhile fucking having it.
Yeah,
but at the same time,
misconstrued.
But the thing is as well, like even when you're front of house, like, and this is the point, right? Customer service agents are the representatives of the company. When you call up somewhere, right, you know that you're going to get through to a customer service agent, and they don't give a fuck really, but they're still trained, right? They're still trained to be able to try to resolve the issue. They don't really give a fuck what your problem is. They're probably on some KPI sort of thing. Do you know what I mean? Like their calls are timed. They've got to get through so many calls a day, and do you know what I mean? It's all that kind of stuff. But and the other thing that I was going to say was, even if you are front of house and you do have to deal with some dickheads sometimes. No one should have to put up with abusive customers. I completely agree with that. No one should have to put up with that, even if you're a customer service agent. You shouldn't have to put up with that. But sometimes you do, and it's how you deal with that abusive customer. Do you know what I mean? It's learning how to deal with that abusive customer and learning how to de-escalate situations. Listen to the customer. And try to resolve it in a way that's not too compromising for the company, but at the same time you're appeasing in a certain way, but you can't compromise too much. I understand that. But the point is, correct here.
The company has to be the bigger person in it.
Yeah, but I'm not them.
They've got to go above and beyond to de-escalate.
Yeah, but then 5,000 Daves I called at Virgin Media from Birmingham, they didn't help.
Yeah, well, it depends on what kind of Dave you get, though.
They're all
I am Dave from Birmingham.
No, you got Indian Dave, you got Polish Dave, and you got British Dave.
I bet
German Dave as well.
I bet Jack can go out the side of his house, pick up a stone, throw it in any fucking direction, and hit a Virgin Media fucking employee.
True.
I bet he fucking could. I bet he fucking could.
Probably throw a stone. I could throw a stone and find a Dave too.
Yeah. Fucking
Dave. All right, mate. Hey, all right, mate.
Dave.
Good, yeah. All right, Dave. Yeah, I'm all right.
Yeah. Princess Cinnamon Boots, 100%. It takes tact. You've got to interact with people correctly.
Yep.
You've got to interact with people correctly.
Appropriate behavior.
How many people, when they're complaining about something, do what I do? Please don't take this personally, but your company is fucking shit.
Yep.
Yeah, and you'll find that a majority of the time when you say that
on a personal level, but this is the problem.
Yeah, the company.
You'll find the majority of the time that when you say that to them, they go, "No, I know, I understand your frustration." And like good customer service people, they'll say, "I understand your frustration." They'll say, "We understand where you're coming from." And if they don't truly understand it, they'll try to understand it. They'll try to get your perspective on it, because that's what it takes to be. But if you come to them and you turn around and you say, I don't like what's going on here at the company, and then they're like, "Well, it's our way or the highway," basically. That is not de-escalating the situation. It's not empathizing with the customer. You're not trying to understand anything. You're just like, yeah, fuck off. I've got to get on with my day.
I had a similar situation today in the hospital, because there was a woman who was like complaining that she was waiting too long to get her surgery prep done. And I was like, "Look, ma'am, I can't help you with that, because number one, there's a certain process behind it. I understand your frustration, but you have no need to cuss out my colleague like that." Because she was like having to go at my colleague who had nothing to do with this whole thing. And I was like, either you lower your voice and talk to her properly, or I'll be forced to get security and we can talk about this in a different way. But please refrain from shouting at my colleague who has nothing to do with this.
And then they continued saying, "Fuck you, bloody! You are bloody bastard!"
Yeah, I even said to her, like, "Look, I'm not forcing you to stay here. You can leave whenever you want, and you can come back when you've calmed down." And that's what I did. I sent her out, and then half an hour later she came back and she was all friendly all of a sudden, because she noticed that shit wouldn't fly. Because I was calmly explaining to her, like, look, your attitude is not welcome here. Either you wait because you're in the hospital, there's bound to be wait times. I'm sorry, but you can't expect everybody to be like, we go out of our way to actually help you out. You just can't expect that, realistically speaking.
But the thing is as well, in nursing, it is a job of care, and you kind of really do go out of your way as much as you possibly can to help these people. But when it comes to a point where you are physically unable, and that's where you get the Karens, isn't it? It's like, right, well, I want to speak to your manager. Mm-hmm. Now I want to, you can't. And I'm a bit like that too. It's like, if I'm trying to talk to someone and they're being really obstructive with me, like I'm trying to talk to a customer service agent and they're being really obstructive with me, at that point it's like, okay, I feel like I need to get this resolved as soon as possible, and you are in my way now. I need to escalate this. I need to take this higher than what you can physically help me. And I understand that's not your fault, but I need to get to where I need to go now. And I understand you can't just drop everything to help me out, but you've got to take some accountability and you've got to sort of take ownership of the problem, maybe. This is one of the things that I find, especially with customer service nowadays, is you call up, they can't resolve the problem, and they say, call back in a couple of days, it's logged on the system, etc., etc. You call back, you speak to a completely different person, you've got to explain the whole fucking thing again, and it's this whole sort of rigmarole to keep going over and over and over again. And at some point, someone has to take ownership of the problem, and you have to tell them, look, I understand this ain't your problem, and I understand you've got no idea what's been happening, or you've got his notes on a system, but someone now has to take ownership. I keep getting passed from pillar to post, keep getting passed from department to department, and no one's taking ownership. You're all just blaming each other. Someone's got to take ownership now.
Here's a great little story.
I was going to ask you something.
Great little story about, remember Orange, the telecommunications network Orange?
Yeah.
So I went with them when they first come out. And
French.
My bill was overspent. I did it monthly like that. And they came back to me, they phoned me up and went, oh, you're in credit? And I was like, oh, great. So I don't have to pay my next bill. And they went, yeah, but our computer system says you're in negative, but we can see your payments. And I was like, oh, and they went, don't ignore, because our computer system says you're negative and it thinks you owe us money. You're going to get a bill saying you owe us money from their computer system. I was like, all right, but ignore it. Bill came, ignored it. Next one, they again got another bill. I was like, what's going on? Next one, court summons because I didn't pay it. I was £300 in credit. I was like, that'll do for the year, blah, blah, blah. They took me to court, even though themselves knew it was wrong. When I phoned Orange, they just sent me to the bailiffs. The bailiffs went, you owe us the money, the system says that. Yeah, I had to then go to the IPO to get the transcripts. The transcripts on the computer system showed that I was in credit. They turned up in court with the information I had, the same computer system and the same computer system they had. They gave it to the magistrate, and the magistrate went, but he's clearly in credit. They had to pay me my money back and compensation. Because nobody could default against the computer system, because the computer system said, no, you're wrong. Because they're literally, sometimes they're just like monkeys, just going, what does it say? I couldn't believe it. They took me all the way there, and nobody went, common sense, he's paid so much in, we can see those, and the computer system has just gone, oh, you're too much in credit.
This comes back to the Little Britain sketches. Computer says no.
Yeah. It is, yeah.
And the whole point of the Little Britain sketches, because people were trusting in the computer so much, they dispensed with rational thought and critical thinking. When you could easily see how many credits had come in.
Yeah. But that's what they do now. They don't take ownership.
If someone had taken ownership of your problem, if someone had just gone, right, well, obviously there's something wrong here. This needs to be escalated to a manager. This needs to be escalated. Different departments need to actually start talking to one another now to resolve this.
How many times have people phoned up with a problem and you get to the third call and you're saying exactly, I've said this before, but I'll say it again, blah, blah, blah. And then they go, oh, sorry, I can't deal with that. Our system's down at the moment. I don't know what's going on. Can you call back tomorrow?
It's the famous system down.
Yeah.
Because that's
It's
the
just
leader.
like-
I was actually going to ask you a different question, actually, Stasis Geek, because obviously your missus has her own business.
Mm-hmm.
Has she had to deal with anything similar where she's had to de-escalate bad customers? Or has she been quite lucky in that respect?
Only once, and that's because, well, girlfriend's in lingerie, if anybody doesn't know. That was only because they were like kicking off that it didn't fit. And then they ordered the wrong size, and they were adamant they were X size, and they blatantly weren't. They were a bigger class, but they really thought they were skinnier.
I like the way you delicately said bigger class.
Yeah, let's.
Well, almost
but you got but if any like the women you don't know, you have breast size and then that size. It's completely different. They're like that. So you could be like my girlfriend told me, you could be like a 32C, but you could be a 30 double D. It depends on this bit. It's not about
you've got the back size.
You got the back size.
You got this size.
Yeah,
and then like that. But when people like say and interact and say, "Oh, with this," or when then they go, "But Marks and Spencer's told me this with this," yeah, because they fake their bra size because you buy their product, and it's like that. And then, but mostly it's like, and then they go, and but the most time it's literally end it. It should go. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to send out the size I think you are, and if it doesn't fit, then I'll give you a completely refund, and I'll give you like a discount. As soon as she does that, they go back, goes, "Oh, this is the most comfiest bra I've ever had," and it's just because they've been told for years that when blatantly they're looking and they're not.
I mean, and Ickle's laughing at the minute.
It's true.
We're all talking boobs.
Yeah, it is.
Ickle's the
my
only,
girlfriend can look at a girl in their top and go, "That's your bra size."
Jesus,
and they're like,
"But that Simcast."
Yeah,
mate.
We're not talking about buttholes, though, Abe. We're not talking about buttholes.
But this is why
we're all going to sink periods in a minute.
But again, all she did was not argue. Was just literally what? Don't argue. Yeah. Let's get to the facts.
It was
then
de-escalate.
Actually resolve it. Look, I can resolve this. We know why. I know why it might not fit. They might be wrong. Like with that, it's more they're wrong. But that's it. Yeah. And then you have a couple of weird ones. Hate to say it, when you have men ordering that aren't men, and then they wonder why a bra or a thong doesn't fit correctly because it's not
pretty much like
my
coworker who recently transitioned and is complaining about bra sizes lately, and I'm like, well, that's a you problem.
Yeah, because you don't get a
why are my
36A.
bollocks hanging over the sides of this thong?
Yeah. Why does
my
this
balls can't fit in this?
The voice of experience right there.
Does not things. Yeah. Gussets are made for women, not for men. So there you go.
A wise man once said,
I love breasts. Women look at other women's breasts. Gay men love breasts.
True.
One thing that could unite the world is breasts and cleavage.
Yes.
Touche.
Absolutely.
Touche. A wise man also said these nuts.
How? What do you think, Tam?
Hey, what?
Okay, let's move on.
What?
Do you like
That's
tits?
all we needed.
Look, I'm not getting into this whole conversation about the fact that they're uncomfortable.
What, Bob's?
Then you're wearing the wrong bra. I will get my girlfriend to contact you.
Oh, please do.
Tommy's like, yes, I've seen
Yes, Nicholas.
Fuck yeah!
I've got to disagree with you, Tam. I've slept on plenty of tits and they're all very comfortable.
Oh, gosh, yes, you're not the one carrying them around.
I would happily carry them around in my hands all day.
Why we got hands?
Yes.
You know, you turn funny and bash them on something. They bloody hurt.
So do our nuts, but
They get hot in the summer and you've got a bloody horrible bra on. They're uncomfortable.
Just take off the bra.
You have to take the bone out and that sort of thing.
Yeah, look, Tammy's so right, see?
Who said that?
They are bloody
Rick.
uncomfortable. Any woman will tell you they are bloody uncomfortable.
Who was it who said that, actually?
Natty McBatty with the boobies.
It was Princess Cinnamon Boots that said that.
Oh, yeah. Tammy's so right. There we go.
Yep.
Princess Cinnamon
Shocking.
Boobs.
Cinnamon boobs. Oh,
it.
please.
Contact info
that.
at Reckless Wolf for bra conversations. That's what I got to say. And then you will get your correct
We're
info.
not
answer.
sponsored, by the way.
At Reckless
That was good.
Wolf. All one word.
Yep.
.com.
Yep.
Story was just
For-
plugging.
My girlfriend actually would help you. If you actually are,
Assessment.
you're thinking it's painful, the things, there is an actual reason. And it's like
Yeah,
she says, if it's painful and blah, like that, it's because you probably are using the wrong bra size. It's not a literally promotion for the brand, but it is kind of in a way. But
No, I'll
also,
measure.
but she's got like, does comfy bras and literally like designs, and she's actually a tutor for like fashion. So
Do you know that the twat in me just read that I wear wireless, and I'm expecting this like wireless 3G fucking Bluetooth bra.
Yep.
I'm like,
She's wearing a modem. She's wearing a modem.
And also, don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, if you are experiencing boob fatigue, I offer a free boob rubbing
Consultation.
service, a free boob massaging service. You just have to bring your own bottle of olive oil, as I don't supply that. And we're still having the his and hers matching sort of sale where you only have to pay for the male.
yes.
So women get theirs for free.
We know that's a lie.
Let's put this into perspective, right? How uncomfortable are your nuts in the summer?
Constant.
Not very uncomfortable because I don't crush them with my legs.
But how uncomfortable do they get? Now, put it into perspective. My bollocks are on my chest.
I'm glad you clarified that.
That is some really tight fucking facelift.
I'm really fucking glad you've clarified where your chesticles are, because I was like, wait. Fucking Jesus Christ, I was getting worried.
You know what I was thinking
It's
of?
a
You know
funny
that?
beard you've got going on as well.
What was that movie where Hugh Jackman had balls on his chin? I just think of that
Jackman
movie
had
just now.
balls on his chin.
Yeah. I think it was movie 47 or some shit.
gone for Hugh Jackman, balls on his chin, and we had earlier Nicolas Cage.
Movie 43.
birth in his ball.
Movie 43.
Balls on his neck.
On his neck.
Also,
on his neck.
we know that Jack is lying about supplying the olive oil because we know that he's got more bottles of olive oil than P. Diddy has bottles of lube.
Baby oil.
I've got my own olive oil, of course, yeah, but it's just what the other people leave
It's
when
hand
they
pressed even.
when they've had their exam.
What the fuck?
That's literally the only thing I remember about that movie.
Again,
Lucy shaved them.
Fuck did this as well.
There's nothing
What
quite like a
living
Sean
shit
stroke
is
on my
this?
You know, that
computer.
reminds me of that. That reminds me of the alien from Men in Black 2 or 3.
Yeah, the Bolchinian.
Yeah.
The Bolshinian. Yeah.
You don't want to go.
Guys, just below, John's just linked the Fringe Fellowship Society. Join the Discord. The Fellowship Network 2.0 is to take over. Follow it. Jump on it. Plenty of creators. Plenty of big names over there. Go and
It's a
follow
great
it.
Good to see you, John.
Like, you just get endless notifications of videos of everybody that you want to follow. So it's great.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Keeps you in the loop.
I've run out of coffee again.
Keeps you in the lube.
I've run out of tea. Cough.
The bruh face of your wife's avatar just like, bruh.
Just wait until the avatar just goes to the center of the screen. That's how you know she's actually no longer there. Because at the minute, she's fucking flipping left and right.
15, 20-second warning,
side,
you're going
then
to
it's
get clipped around
centers
the back of
again.
the head.
Yeah.
Bonk.
I don't know what her avatar's doing at the minute.
It's me being a plum.
Yeah, doing something. Definitely doing something. Damn funny movie. Wasn't Cameron Diaz who was his date? No, it's Kate Winslet.
Kate Winslet.
Kate Winslet, mate.
Yep.
Right. Okay. Share this instead. Let's share that. Let's put this on screen for a brief second. Look at this. Right.
Yay.
Agatha All Along stars praised Disney Plus series as the gayest show on Marvel. Argue witches are queer inherently just because we are outcasts and set aside for various reasons.
They don't make you gay, you nobbits.
Replace the W in witches with a B, and you might have a statement there.
Now, the thing is, I'm gonna just stop screen share for a second. Now, the thing is that obviously witches historically are all pagan, religious, fucking shit anyway, and they were like they loved fucking old sexy times, but it didn't just solely mean that they're queer. They just all fucked each other. Surely.
To be fair, they weren't queer; they were drowning most of the time.
Yeah, but isn't this the exact? I gotta say the exact retardation they said at the Acolyte. Exactly the same.
Shagatha.
I've always you see, for me, witches have always been like the Roald Dolls. Sort of witches, hook noses, long fingers, evil, that kind of thing. And now I know we're talking about like Wiccans dancing around fires and stuff like that, like that whole pagan sort of movement thing. But no, witches for me, they're hook noses, long fingers, square feet, no toes.
It's perfectly witches from Disney, the Angelica Houston, isn't it?
Yes.
That's what witches were originally to us. And then you've got Hocus Pocus.
I always think of Grunty from Banjo-Kazooie.
Yeah, but it's even the original when Snow White.
The original Snow White. You go even further back. You can go to... Well, actually, you've got the two sides of the coin with Wizard of Oz. Mm-hmm. Because you've got the Wicked Witch of the West, the green one, and then you've got, obviously, the white one.
But it's probably like from a pamphlet of when the witch hunters were out in
Well, they had to demonize.
But if you look at the English Civil War, when the witch hunters were more prevalent, it's probably a pamphlet that made them look like demons and stuff like that. Greg, you must remember when the pamphlets come out.
Well, in a previous life, I was Matthew Hopkins.
There you go.
Jack is 200 years old, guys.
But even nowadays, right? The Minecraft witch, for example, that's the same kind of witch that we're talking about right here. It even has the cackle, that sort of thing. It's got a long nose, and it's got the pointy hat, and it throws.
But it would have come from probably
old
media. It's like old media. It's like if anybody said now, what does a frog sound like?
Croak.
Reddit.
Ribbit.
But that frog that noise is only from California. Most frogs don't make that noise, and it's because when they were filming, they heard and it became a media thing, and it's probably that. It's that media from movies. It's like when people think about vampires, they've got this, Bram Stoker kind of feel, and what they've kind of got like zombies or that, Frankenstein's that, monster and all that.
Werewolves
It's all come from media. So probably witches. They were probably witches, and then they became what Jack said about the pointy nose flying in the sky, and it's probably to scare kids, and he's just got involved into what 1930. I bet it was a 1930s, 1920s movie out there, black and silent movie that kind of did that kind of like that, and they played on.
And now the frogs in California, they sound like this. Hey man, you got any more of that fentanyl?
Yes, man.
I think in a way, like the Acolyte and Agatha. Kind of a reflection of that Hollywood. Well, you can't really say it any other way. There's an undercurrent of Satanism in Hollywood, and there has been
even in pop music.
And I think this is I knew you look at pop music, but it's all produced in the same place, and you see that bubbling up through the writing teams. This is what they think is cool, or they're surrounded by on a daily basis. And I was thinking about this earlier on when I saw the agenda, and then it was the bed shitter who Johnny Depp was in court with. What's her name? Amber Heard.
Amber Turd.
Amber Turd.
She used to, they talked about in that that they used to get together for girls, sort of potion brewing and all that kind of shit for witchy weekends. So it is quite prevalent in the A-list community in California, at least.
What spell was she doing there? Oh no, sorry. Quickly, what spell was she trying to do when she shat on his bed?
I'm not sure. I think she was trying to land a meteorite on him or something from space.
She was practicing the brown note, but she failed horribly.
Mm-hmm. Let's not forget as well. I mean, there was a resurgence of like good-looking witches in media. What was that? Practical Magic with Sandra Bullock and Nicole Kidman.
Yeah, Nicole Kidman.
You got the one with the three witches, Charmed. That was it. That was a big TV series. People loved that.
Yeah, you got Charmed.
None of them were fucking lesbians.
Obviously, rest in peace to Shannon Doherty, who died earlier this year.
Willow, Buffy, she turned into a lesbian.
Yeah. She did, actually. Yeah.
She did. And the thing is, but the thing is that because everybody hated Tara, that's why they killed her off. That's why they killed her off. Did you ever watch the TV program Salem? Jack?
Yeah, I saw some of it.
No, I didn't see Salem, but I remember now that you mention it. You've got what's it, Clarissa the Teenage Witch or whatever the fucking
Sabrina.
It was. Sabrina
Teenage Bitch
with Melissa Joan Hart.
Clarissa explains it all.
Yeah, but they did a remake, didn't they, on
Netflix. It has nothing to do with the show that came out.
Since you mentioned Salem,
it's basically a reboot.
That was all.
Yeah,
it's essentially
kind of a reboot of Bewitched, isn't it? Really, but
it's just Bewitched, just more.
Yeah. But then you've got the Great Hammer Horror, which is
horror.
Horror. But there was never a proper witch movie. They were always the B character, I suppose you wouldn't go to.
Grizzled said Witches of Eastwick, and that is by far my favourite witch-related movie.
Yeah,
That's a really good one.
Fantastic movie. And they are sex crazed in that.
Yeah.
And I'd have fucked every single one of them.
They're not quite witches, but certainly they drink the potion from the witch. You've got Death Becomes Her, Meryl Streep, Goldie Hawn.
I love that film.
Was it Goldie Hawn that has the giant hole in her chest, or Meryl Streep? I can't remember.
I think it was Goldie Hawn.
Goldie Hawn, and then Meryl Streep throws the spear straight through her chest.
Yeah,
it just goes straight through.
Misses.
To the other side.
Can I just point out something real
right
quick?
on backwards.
When Tam moves away from the desk, her avatar dies.
Yeah. She's back at her desk at the minute. She's just sat down. My cup of tea's brewing.
Oh, there's a good film.
The Craft. That was Robin Tunney.
The Craft.
The Craft.
The Craft.
Yeah, because Robin Tunney was the good one.
They did a remake of that,
Campbell?
didn't they? They did a DEI remake of that.
Yes.
And flopped.
It was
John was saying something earlier in the chat that you can't even type hook nose without being scolded by Twitter, apparently.
Yep.
Interesting.
Did any of you watch The Covenant, where they covered it from the Warlock angle?
Warlock was a good movie.
Warlock was a great movie. Still is a great movie.
Scary, scary.
But The Covenant is actually not too bad.
Yeah.
There's a very young Sebastian Stan in it.
Oh, yeah. That is true.
Yeesh.
Robin Tunney in the Mentalist.
Just realised that article that you brought up was essentially the same as that article I shared in the private chat a while back about My Lady Jane.
Yeah.
Where King Edward is now black, gay, and disabled.
Yes.
I'm retarded.
True history, then.
I see myself in that character now.
Yeah. And nobody watched it. So don't worry, because nobody bloody watched it.
What?
That was on Paramount.
Your aunt was a witch.
My aunt was a witch.
Bless
her heart. Rest in
At least I
peace.
think that's what they called her.
No, honestly,
No,
fucking, she was
It'd be Uncle's speech impediment.
Full-on witch. We went to a fucking.
It was your dad's wedding.
It was my dad's wedding, and after the wedding, we went to a random pub with loads of other random people, and they had a bingo go, a kind of like a fucking
Raffle.
what's it called? Raffle. And she just
She
sat
won!
there. No, that's not even the fun.
ticket.
That's not even the fucking funniest thing. All of a sudden, she just sat up. She pointed at one of mine numbers, and then she pointed out one of hers. They were the next two out. We were in a completely fucking random pub down the side of a fucking river or some shit. And I was like, what the fuck? But yeah, she was from Whitby, which is known for its witchy vampirism and all sorts of others. Whitby.
Also known for the high use of crystal meth.
Yes.
Also known for its large amount of seagulls.
So just answering Ref, Tomby is my third favourite black man. I hope number 1 is James Earl Jones, and number 2 definitely should be Jack. But Jack's a black lady, not a man.
Exactly, I'm a black woman.
Yes.
I'm a woman.
Yes. Right, carrying on the Agatha theme, because it is just fucking funny as fuck for this shit.
Aubrey Plaza's statement broke me, by the way. The gay explosion thing that she said, I was like, what does that even mean?
What's a gay explosion?
There's a car
Gay explosion.
driving down the road.
I don't even know what an Aubrey Plaza is.
Right.
She's an actress known for doing resting bitch face pretty good.
Aubrey Plaza used to be awesome, but she's
yes,
not so awesome now, which is kind of gay as fuck.
She was great in Legion.
She was great
in Scott Pilgrim.
Scott Pilgrim, yeah. Disney Plus fans go wild for best Marvel TV show ever produced. Branding ever. 4 episodes perfect as wave reviews roll in.
Perfect.
Yeah, the funny thing is that they're talking about the best show on Disney Plus ever, and I'm sitting here like, you are not talking about Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. What the fuck?
Get that cake off.
Yeah, I mean, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. was actually good.
I want a cake. I like the cake.
Cake. Yeah,
No, I want real cake.
I'm fucking hungry now.
Nutella.
I want a Nutella in something.
Wow.
The cake is a lie.
Have released.
It's all right, Tommy. This will put you off.
What am I being put off by?
Nothing.
What? Agatha?
Yeah.
I heard a cat. Still one cake. Oh, I had a cat.
The problem is that obviously this review, and then you get this statement, an overwhelming majority of critics who released their reactions on X on Monday evening were quite positive. So basically, this whole statement at the top, Disney Plus fans go wild. What a crock of shit. What you're saying is these overwhelming majority of critics have released their reactions where they're full of fucking shit.
So, in other words, what we got is previously we got Acolyte. The critics loved it. They said it was the gayest thing ever. They interviewed him and said, oh my God, it's the gayest thing. And then the Shields went, oh my God, it's amazing. Cancelled. Season. Boom. Done.
Yeah, exactly.
Time Bandits. It's the best DEI everything. We got rid of everybody. And it's the most amazing thing from the critics. The little bits the people think. We're like, oh my God, don't know what you're saying. It's not about the original cancelled on season 1.
Yeah,
and they're saying it again.
Yeah.
So
and the funny thing is, they're sitting there being
rhetoric.
like, critics love it. Clearly, they do not follow Chris Gore and Alan Ng.
Yeah.
The mainstream critics, you could actually take a shit on them and they will still say it's amazing if you give them $100.
See, I barely remember Catherine Hahn being in anything. And then I looked up her filmography, and then I remember that she was in Crossing Jordan. But she was in Crossing Jordan for years.
I'm not going to watch this because I got bored of Marvel. When this is one of those, is this one of those things that you had to watch the one of the other TV series and then the movie that was associated?
It is relevant for WandaVision.
WandaVision, I think I got a
WandaVision.
WandaVision. I got an episode and a half in, and that was it. Turned it off. It's a load of crap. Yeah. So
apparently, this is going to be the precursor to the Vision TV show as well.
Correct.
Yeah,
because Agatha wanted to fucking scissor Wanda at the end of WandaVision, didn't she? According to the showrunner of this show.
Yeah.
If you look at the filmography,
they're obsessed with shipping.
Yeah, I don't fucking know.
That's all they want to do is ship and
just all fucking shipping in the Oneidin line.
I mean, just look at the filmography of Catherine Hahn, right? She was in Step Brothers. She was in a Kevin Bacon show called I Love Dick. I don't know why, but yeah.
You said what? Sorry, what was it called?
Tam.
Yeah, you heard correctly.
What? No, sorry, my pod fell out. What was it called?
I don't know. I'm gonna fucking repeat it.
What did she say? What did she say?
I just asked Tam the blatant question: do you love dick? And she just turned around and said, I love you, you're a dick.
Good answer. Yep.
Well played.
Good answer.
Jared Flake,
Indeed.
yeah. Not
She was
seen
in
your dick
Parks
for
and
years.
Rec. Oh my god. She was in Parks and Rec as well. Oh my god.
100%. It's like, yeah, once you get married, that's it, game over.
Well, I thought it took
How many
your belly.
weird ones she was in? She wasn't even in The Dictator. I don't even remember her being in that movie.
The dictator. What's the
Dictator.
What are you doing here? What are you doing here? If
All
the
our
next one,
provisions now.
I'm trying to throw you off,
Potato
Space.
just getting fucked.
I'm just throwing you off. That's what I'm
Dictator.
doing. Dictator.
the dick, yeah, enter size.
Dictator.
She was in fucking Anchorman. Holy
Yeah.
shit.
Crazy, right? I shared an image in the private chat, by the way, because I was talking about Grunty from Banjo and Kazooie earlier. Because
there's a
that's how
private
I
chat as well.
depicted witches.
Yeah.
Hey, Greg's
Oh,
welcome
they're
to the room.
private chat.
Welcome
Greg's
to the
finally woken up.
Snort.
It's like, oh, there's a private chat?
Okay.
Well,
the
it's
camera's on.
Like,
Camera's
it's a
on the whole
tab,
time, huh?
really. It's a private tab.
There you go. That's how I imagine like witches would look like as well.
Yeah, and Jack's 100%. Hook nose, ugly as fuck, few teeth missing, green, cold.
Although, granted, she does turn pretty when she kidnapped Banjo's sister. Let me just send that one as well.
Do you know we're all
she becomes
explaining-
beauty.
But you do know we're all explaining Abe's last girlfriend.
If
Possibly.
only.
Possibly.
Green.
I think it
green.
goes further back as well, because if you think of Macbeth, there's like 3 witches in a coven in Macbeth.
Yeah.
Homer.
Who's this? Like,
Homo.
I'll ask you
Homer.
again. Like, who's this show for? Like, right? Because if you haven't watched WandaVision, you don't have no fucking clue who Agatha even is.
Yeah,
Yep.
but the thing is, you can ask that question of every single thing that that Disney's produced over the last 5 years. Who is the show for?
But I don't know if you heard the news about Pixar getting notes from Disney not to make like Inside Out
Yes.
too gay, and I was like,
Yes.
okay, that's coming from Disney. That's interesting. You know.
They found out about our not so secret gay agenda. Quick, shut up.
Yeah, the best thing was when they were blaming the same sex kiss for Lightyear to flop. I was like, that's not the reason why it flopped. There was no need for a Lightyear prequel at all. There was no fucking reason for it.
And
Yeah.
the casting.
Yeah, it was this one.
Yeah.
Disney made the main character of Inside Out 2 less gay. The creators of the Pixar film Inside Out 2 reportedly received repeated instructions from parent company Disney to make the character Riley less gay. Former employees revealed this to the entertainment website IGN. Oh, such a bastion.
They gave
IGN,
the
the
film
bastion of
7.
journalism.
And journalism. Disney was allegedly concerned that having a gay character would negatively impact the film's profitability. Well,
It made a fuck ton of money.
the problem I've got with that is we don't give a fuck if the character's gay. It's how much it's thrown in our face.
I'm
How much are
concerned
you
about the size of the zit
sacrificing?
this
How much are you
character's got.
destroying the rest of the characters? How many white males are you denigrating in order to amplify this gay protagonist and put her on a pedestal? Because
Go
that's
back
what
up a
they've
bit.
done for years. They've just fucking screwed up every single IP they get their hands on.
Brett, do you want to say
I
something?
took my kid to see this movie, and
Did you come out
there
gay?
was no, and neither did she. And so what you got to understand is the character is a 13-year-old, right?
Yeah.
And there's no real reason why they should be coming out as gay in the film anyway, right? But secondly, the character did show some admiration for another female character, but I didn't get the whole sort of she's in, got a crush on her or anything like that. I didn't sense that from the character. So
But I think that's what they changed. Yeah.
Yeah, I think they did
'Cause
pretty
apparently
well
it's
at
probably strong,
toning
yeah.
it down, because that it didn't come across like that at all. It was more of like she's like the head of the team, and I want to try and impress her basically, because I'm trying to get up there with her, but nowhere in it did it come across as I want to eat a fucking pussy, because it's a 13-year-old fucking kid. Do you know what I mean? None of that should be in there.
Yeah, I don't think Disney get that you can have male friends and you can have like female friends. You all don't want to fuck each other. Yeah, I don't think they get that.
I mean, this is the thing. You are entitled to have a platonic relationship with fucking anybody. We don't have to go fucking spooning and fucking it as a result of it.
Only on Thursdays.
Only on Thursdays.
Save that for weekends.
Fucking Abe at the weekend.
You mean when he gets his allowance?
Yeah. But it's this fucking bullshit. It's this fucking bullshit at the bottom. Disney's relationship with the LGBT plus community has been challenging overall.
Bullshit.
Although it claims to support inclusion and acceptance, there has yet to be a story that fully revolves around the same-sex relationship.
Fuck off.
And there's the message, because people are not fucking happy.
Bond.
Again, it comes down
is it
to
Bond?
the target audience.
Is it the 90s film Bond? Bond. That's like, it's literally bullshit. Absolutely, this is what they do. They don't understand. In the 90s, this was done, and it was done very, very well. Yes. Like that. And in the 80s, and delicately, because what it wasn't an agenda. The people were gay and they had a story, and it wasn't about their sexuality. And now it's about their sexual. They have to bring it down to that nuance, that little shit of like, people aren't people. No, people are their sex. Sorry, does nobody care? I do not care about the panel of where they put their dick.
I don't give a fuck. The thing is, do you know what all of this comes to me as?
Don't put it in me, you dirty bastard.
Well, every hole's a goal. If there's grass on the pitch, let's play. Bite the hip, bite the pillar, I'm going in dry kind of thing. But that's beside the point.
A math.
What we're seeing with a lot of this, TV films and things like that, all it is propaganda to confuse the younger generation, to give them more allies in the future. It's pure confusion. It's a pure fucking Uno Reverso fucking trick move. This shit.
I mean, it's silly though, isn't it? Because this statement about it fully revolving around a same-sex relationship, and as if that's never happened, they say this every time.
Yeah. But why does every single fucking program and every single fucking film and every single game have to revolve around that one statement?
Yeah.
And another thing, so when I was a teenager, it was well known
when I was a boy.
When I was a teenager, it was well known that young girls practice kissing with each other. Right? Yep. And it doesn't happen with all girls, right? No. Obviously, some girls don't have any interest whatsoever, but some girls are okay kissing other girls. Okay, that's what the whole fucking song, that Katy Perry song, "I Kissed a Girl and I Liked It." It's like, yeah, fine, you like it, but it doesn't mean that you're fucking gay.
She tasted like cherry chapstick.
But the point is that they are that they know that it doesn't mean that you're gay, but what they're trying to do is make it purposefully confusing, so that people.
2000 AD from the 90s.
Correct.
British comic.
90s.
The main character is homosexual.
Yeah. Yes, he is.
And nobody cared because he was a demon hunter. Now, they had some weird things in it, like a talking dildo, like Dick.
The talking dildo was actually quite amusing.
Yeah, and he also looked like Freddie Mercury.
And he smoked.
They are great comics. Now, did I care that he was gay? Not at all, because he killed demons and vampires and all that. And that's their problem, is he was an interesting character.
But the content
gives a flip. Because it was funny that the gay bits that he did, they made it comical. They made it part of his life. It was a nuance of like, this is flamboyant. I don't care. Not everything else I do is because I am gay and that's my life. No, you are a human. You are
but the difference
human
is,
being.
The difference is the content was not out to convert anybody.
No.
It was out to tell the story of the character. The fact that he was gay is just part of his character.
But now look what they're trying to do. Everything is new. It's new. It's the newest thing. It's the new biggest gay ever. It's like, excuse me, I think gay people are being out for so
100%.
long.
Lady Rune Song, 100%. Gay or straight, I think it's a bad idea to confuse kids on admiration versus a crush.
Nailed it.
Yes. And the thing is as well, that what I was saying was like about young girls kissing one another and stuff like that. Just because girls kiss one another doesn't mean that they're gay, right?
No.
And even the ones that want to pursue it a little bit more, when they get a little bit older, we all know that after a few drinks they default. You know what I mean? They go back to default mode and they're sucking dick again.
But we all know there was an actual term for all of this. It was called sexual experimentation. And almost every fucking child to teenager to adult goes through it. And whether it's...
Tomby joined the Navy.
Yes, exactly.
He joined the Navy. There you go. There you go.
No, 100% only been ever a lesbian. So thank you very much indeed.
So you suck dicks.
Very
as default mode.
Lesbians don't really suck dicks, mate.
Jack said they went back to default mode. I to the law.
That sounds about right.
They do when they have a few drinks. They default back to
a few
normal
drinks.
mode.
Okay. There you go.
Adding the trannies lobby's obsession with turning genuine gays into them. Yeah, this is also true. Yeah. Take away the women's spaces. It's all about... Did anybody see the post the other day on Twitter where some fucking tithead fucking female, no disrespect to Tam here, but she was a fucking absolute Burke, this bitch. She turned around and said men need to basically create themselves some safe spaces.
I've seen that. Yeah.
If men's mental health is so bad, why don't they create their own spaces? And everyone's turning around and saying, she did the meme basically. But, we had our own space. You fucking invaded it. Now you're turning around and saying that we need to create our own space. What? So that you can fucking invade it again and kick us out of it?
Did you see what happened
in
in Scotland?
Keep the fuck out of our hobbies.
The managing director, CEO of the who got employed for two years of the rape like women's rape safe spaces in Scotland. So of course all the employees have to be anonymous. Yeah, all the people like that, all anonymous. Yeah, so that you don't know. Yeah, so the person that went for the job was a man who identified as a woman, never been a woman, but wanted to identify as a woman. So they clicked the DEI box, employed, and they've been the head of Scotland's safe spaces for women for the last 2 years.
2 years.
And then that came out, and everybody resigned because this man had been promoting that men can go into women's safe spaces and into rape victims' spaces. So women who were victims of rape were getting invaded by men who were just identifying. And it was due to this person who thought, because the chairmen of this organisation that is supposed to be a charity were too scared to say no because they thought they'd get sued.
Yeah, correct.
And it's come out. It's absolutely disgusting. It actually really, really bad. And he resigned this week.
There's a lot of perpetrators to rape as well that suddenly, after they've been caught and start going to court and stuff, suddenly they transition. Mm-hmm. Have you noticed this trend as well?
Yeah. And
this fucking famous trend.
They perpetrate there.
And then they perpetrate again, or the judge lets them off because leniency against fucking confused fucking men. And then they go off and do it again. But this fucking silly bint, if men's mental health mattered to men, they'd be creating safe spaces for themselves and each other, pursuing therapy, and creating community. Instead, they perpetuate the very behavior systems that have handicapped them in the first place, refuse to support or create community again amongst each other, severely damage the women in their lives who tried to care for them, and attack women online for not doing the work for them in replies to tweets like the one below.
Go fuck yourself.
And then I replied to her saying, "Funny how we did all that and still nobody cared, huh?"
Yep. Exactly. And in fact, our hobbies were taken away from us because some dumb fucks have invaded most of our spaces now because men can't have any safe spaces anymore because of current fucking year.
So this response, I actually, this was a really good response to it. So
yep.
obviously
like
the top line. Also, women, why do I have to leave the room when you guys come over? What are you talking about that I can't hear? Guys trip, why can't the girls come? You're gay if you want to hang around a bunch of men. Predominantly male things that favor male sensibilities, I think not. Make room for me. Yeah.
To be fair, that's a Latina saying that, and Latinas are pretty based.
Yeah, she's based as fuck.
There was a great meme once, like the a man and a woman in bed, and the woman's like, "What is he thinking about? Is he cheating on me? Is he thinking about other girls?" And then it spins to the other guy, and he's like, "But how can I become Batman?"
Yeah.
Yes.
And that's it. That is down any woman. That is down to the T of what most men think about. They're not thinking about anything. They've just gone stupidly retarded at that moment. And they've just
I've seen that meme with Cloud and Tifa, when Tifa and Cloud are lying in bed, and Cloud's like turned back from her, and she was like, I wonder what Cloud is thinking. And Cloud just says, I wonder why she stopped wearing that cowboy hat.
Yeah. It is. We are simple. Most men are very simple creatures. We want coffee, breakfast, have a dinner, a little bit of, and then go to sleep.
And then in the meantime become a space marine and serve the Emperor.
Yeah, or at least think about it.
Honestly, I would pay good money to have Alex Jones play Space Marine 2. I'm just putting that out there. I would pay good money to see that.
Classic.
Also, that one is fucking great.
Yep. I bet he's thinking about other women. Why is Batman one word, Iron Man 2 words, and Spider-Man 2 words with a dash?
Yep.
Yes.
But these are important topics. People, they don't understand. These are.
Why is
very
accurate.
accurate.
Lederlappen in Swedish?
Yeah. But this
also as well, it highlights that women have different insecurities to men. I bet he's thinking about other women. We're not thinking about other women. Get over yourself. We're happy that we have you. Okay, we're happy that we have you around. Yeah, stop being a cunty bitch. Yeah,
but we
don't be a cunty bitch, and we won't have any problem. Let us think about Batman. Yeah, we're not thinking about other women.
But no, but we also how hard would Wonder Woman fuck us?
I guess.
Death by snoo.
Yeah, death by snoo.
The problem is that obviously
things that wouldn't happen.
To me, my wife is Wonder Woman. I would love her to smash the granny out of me. I like the little laugh there, which is basically you've got two opes. Bob open, no ope.
Yeah.
Wanker.
At least she's laughing.
Yeah, someone's got to fucking laugh. But yeah, it comes to this as well.
If she comes in the door with a strap on, fucking hell.
She'll be like, I'm too tired.
Cup of tea. That's no tea.
I'm trying to get ready for the ride of your life.
I don't want to be fucking pegged. Well, actually...
Yeah, you're low on tea. Time for a pegging.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's dry. I'm dry.
See, now I'm picturing Father Ted and Mrs. Doyle a little bit differently.
Only in this situation, it's Abe and Steel peg of history. Yes.
I hear you're a faggot now, Father.
That's how he lost his leg.
Yes, he lost it inside of Abe.
Now I need to find. Wait, now I need to find something. Give me a minute.
He's trying to find his strap on.
No, I'm finding something.
So that's what you do in the shower. Gotcha. Do you suction cup it to the wall?
How often do men think about the Roman Empire? Every day.
Every day.
You can do.
Right, across the panel for the dudes. Okay, Hanayama, how often do you think about the Roman Empire?
Never.
Right, gay. Abe.
At least a few times a week. Minimum.
Okay, let's gay. Smu the DJ.
At least every 2 days.
Definitely let's gay. Greg.
I'm a fucking archaeologist.
That doesn't answer the question.
It's my job to think about the Roman fucking Empire.
Next thing Greg's telling us he's Indiana Jones.
Like Greg's practically an expert on the subject.
Well, no, actually, I cut off at the Roman Empire, but I dabble in Roman stuff.
Mm-hmm. So you're less gay then.
Jack, every day.
I think about the Roman Empire almost from the minute I get up in the morning till I go to bed at night. Like several times a day, I think about the Roman Empire, what could have been, how things are going in society today, and how they compare to back then.
Ultra Chad.
Days, what a response.
But can I ask before I answer, because I just watched a TV program every day called on Amazon Prime. What's it called? Those Who Are About to Die. But can I ask one question? This is a really important question. What has the Roman Empire ever done for us?
Oh, whatever has it done for us? You know, one thing I can't fucking figure out about Britain is that we were taken over by the Romans, right?
Yeah.
They bought us plumbing, sanitization, all that kind of stuff. And then within a few hundred years, we were shitting out of windows onto the street.
Okay, so they bought us plumbing, shitting out of windows, but what did they do for us?
Nothing.
Roads.
Okay, roads, plumbing, shitting out of windows, but what did the Romans ever do for us?
Nothing.
The aqueduct.
The aqueduct. Architecture,
yeah.
Shitting out of windows, plumbing,
democracy.
Laws. What did? Okay, what? But whatever did the Romans ever do for us?
All right, but apart from sanitation, medicine, education, wine, public order, irrigation, roads, the fresh water system, and public health. What have the Romans ever done?
Apart from all that, what did the Romans do for us?
They invented fentanyl.
Apart from fentanyl, the aqueduct, bloody transport, the roads, shitting out windows.
We're gonna have to watch Life of Brian. You know that.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to watch.
Oh my god! But that is a movie. Do you know they literally the activist wants to get banned for that one scene. One scene. Everybody knows what I'm talking about.
Do you know when Greg? Do you know when we mistakenly
transitioned? Yeah,
Greg was in Diana Jones.
Yeah, he was in Diana Jones. Yeah,
I found it.
In her temple.
Oh my
in Diana Jones and her temple.
Greg, what were you doing?
Vagina.
Vagina. That's the biggest queef. Live broadcast will ending. What? Why is my live broadcast ending?
Because of vagina.
You've been kicked
Is it because we hit 2 hours or something?
It shouldn't matter. It's unlimited.
2 hours.
It's still saying live above your thing there.
We're live.
So I don't know about that.
We are live.
I just wanted to go back to the chat. I just wanted to go back to the safe spaces for women of grape and that sort of thing, right?
Yeah.
Men can be graped too, right?
100%.
It's obvious that men can be graped too, and they can be victims too. But I think one of the important things to remember is that women tend to suffer rape in a different way, and they don't want that. Some of the victims and survivors don't even want to have a man present anymore. They don't want to be anywhere near men anymore because it's traumatized them so much. Yep. And to have them introduced to those spaces is even more traumatizing.
I fully agree. I'm still of the opinion that if you grape anything, you should just be hung, drawn, and quartered. I am quite based in that respect. Bring back corporal punishment. Bring back sending people into the sun.
Yep.
I would put people
into the gulag. You go.
Yes, just shoot them into the sun. We don't need that kind of. We don't need those people on the fucking planet, Abe.
The waste of oxygen.
Yeah.
Well, it's also highly expensive to send someone up in a rocket, so I think the first set of options are better.
I thought you meant beat them up with a newspaper.
I think the answer is turn them into fucking eunuchs.
I think you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
I mean, we can always just send them back to the gulag.
I mean, the thing is, yes, you can go down. You can go down chemical castration. You can go down physical castration. You could turn them into eunuchs, but ultimately, the person is still there, whether they've got tackle or not. The person is still there who carried out those acts. Yep. Take them to the field,
shoot them,
and cow prod them in the back of the head with something really fucking hard. Minecraft style.
Dildos.
But that's obviously that's my opinion, YouTube, and not something that everybody condones. But I'm for corporal punishment. Bring it back.
Yep.
But I guess my point was, where I was going with it was that everybody suffers trauma in a different way, and men are also traumatized, and it's not it's nowhere near comparison to grape. But what I am saying is that men are also traumatized by the henpecking of their wives and their women, and they need a space to be able to go where they can just talk about blokey stuff. Yeah. And the thing is, so the majority of these men's spaces and these men's hobbies, they were never always truly sort of exclusively occupied by men anyway. There was always women who liked Star Wars. There was always women who liked 40k. Do you know, and Dungeons and Dragons and all that kind of stuff.
There was always that one oddball.
But it wasn't like we've got to be there. We've got to be there because we want to know what you're talking about. Why won't you tell us what you're talking about? You just want to be fucking nosy. That's all it is. You're just missing out.
The epitome of the man's club in terms of what...
The shed at the bottom of the garden.
Yeah, but the thing is, if I was to think of one thing that epitomized that whole thing of a safe space for men, it's that men's night poker. Because you just have visions of everybody around this table smoking stogies. They've got food. They've got dollar bills on the table. Whiskey. They're all having a laugh. Nice, safe space. Conversation would pretty much be taking the piss out of each other and playing a game. And playing games. There was nothing required. Interjection of any female.
Also walk down the pub and just have a beer with your friends nowadays.
Yeah.
That's why they had... That's why they had men's and women's only spaces in pubs back in the day. And that's a relatively recent thing that ended to have like a men's room in a social club, for example. That has only just ended over the last like 10, 20 years. The point is that most men in civilized society in the Western world were brought up on the idea of chivalry. Right?
Yes.
You don't talk about certain things in front of women. You don't swear in front of women. You don't like talk about sex in front of women and all those kinds of things. But they're predominantly things that men often talk about. Men talk dirty with each other and that sort of thing. In that sense, not talking dirty to each other.
Talking to you.
But my point is that we had those spaces so that we could talk. It's not because we thought that women were fucking more stupid and that that we didn't think that they were going to be able to get what it was that we were talking about. It was just that we spoke about different fucking things, and women spoke about completely different things that we don't want to fucking listen to. That's why Simpcast is a thing. Yeah, most men don't watch Simpcast. Only simps watch Simpcast. Yeah? Because I don't want to sit there and talk about fucking periods and boob size and fucking, all that kind of shit. I couldn't care less about it.
We did just spend like half an hour talking about boob size and bras earlier on though tonight.
Yeah, this is true.
Yeah. That's true.
Amongst men,
that aside,
it's a different thing.
And one lady.
One lady. Yeah.
Nah, she's one of the bros now.
Okay, so I've never been a female's female. I can't take all this bitching and backbiting and bollocks.
Yeah.
And that's it, like women gossip and all that kind of stuff. Men aren't into gossip. It's not how they think.
No, we don't buy into it. It's not our thing.
So there was a message by Lady Runesong about 10 minutes ago. She says, wait, so they also ruin Boy Scouts and boy sports teams by demanding girls to be included, but then they have the audacity to question why boys have more issues in their teens now. Yeah, exactly, because boys can't be boys anymore. It's the same fucking thing when this Gillette advert came out. Do you guys remember that one? That was causing such a huge blowback.
I didn't hear what you said, mate. You roboted.
Let me repeat that. Basically, what it boils down to is like the boys will be boys mentality, right? I don't know if you remember this Gillette advert that came out a couple, 4 or 5 years ago, when around the time when COVID happened, and when they were like, "Yeah, men shouldn't be catcalling in the streets and all that stuff," and then basically doing the antithesis of what Gillette actually stands for. It's a product for men, the best that men can get. That used to be the slogan for it, right? And then they were like, "Yeah, but," and
on the
then
panel again.
Yeah, they were basically mocking the concept of masculinity. Yeah, it was kind of a Me Too advert in a sense, like boys not being able to play, fight, and there was this stereotypical shot of 8 barbecues in a row, and then just men standing there saying "boys will be boys" all the time.
Yeah,
it was so stereotypically dumb that Gillette got a huge blowback from that. And
we need 2 minutes.
Yep.
We need Jay to be here to say it's garbage.
Garbage.
Get in the car.
Garbage. Boston.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it is. Ultimately, the safe spaces for men, safe spaces for women, has been corrupted over the years by the agenda. Mm-hmm. Let's face it.
Yep. It's sad but true. But then they wonder why men's mental health is declining.
Yeah. Right. Neuralink. Blind sight implant gets a key FDA designation, which means they can start moving on to the next stage. This was part of Elon's device that could restore sight for people who have been blind since birth, or even those who have lost both eyes and their optic nerve. Neuralink has got an important boost for its ambitious device that could restore sight to the blind. The blind sight device has received breakthrough device designation from the FDA, which will help speed up the development of this device. They kept the details of the device vague and said it could bring back sight for those who lost it. Now, they haven't said it solved the problem, but it's essentially started moving on to the next phase. So I'm just going to stop the share so we don't kick out Jack again.
He was already kicked out.
Yeah, no, I've just brought him back in, but I've stopped the share so he doesn't.
Fuck you, bloody!
Good news aside, calling it blind sight is a bit tone deaf, isn't it?
No, how?
Yeah.
How?
Well, to be fair, blind people are
what is the goal? Restore sight for
sight.
So calling it blind sight.
Well, it's a double entendre in a way.
I would rather be a deaf dumb paraplegic than a deaf dumb blind paraplegic than have one of those fucking things put in my head.
Same.
I don't care how fucking forward thinking it is.
Why?
I don't care what. I'm not having something implanted. I wouldn't augment myself. I've never had any tattoos, no piercings. I wouldn't augment myself in any way whatsoever.
Is that from a? Oh, but the question, obviously, I want to stir the conversation, but why that stance with regards to it?
Because
there's got to be something.
I guess that I don't think that human bodies should be augmented with technology. Okay, so
I'll play pacemakers then.
Correct. I'll play devil's advocate. Pacemakers.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Look, I wouldn't have a pacemaker. I wouldn't have any technology put inside my body. I wouldn't have a false leg. I wouldn't have anything.
Okay, what about an implant?
What kind of implant are we talking about?
Human implant, like transplant, human implant.
Organ.
Yeah, organ transplant. Yeah, to save your life.
Lungs.
Because the technology to do that.
No, I'm not an organ donor, and I wouldn't accept any organs either.
Okay.
So, yeah, if I'm meant to die, I'm meant to die.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, if I'm meant to be blind, I'm meant to be blind. If I'm meant to be deaf, I'm meant to be deaf.
Ethical, or is it a religious thing, or is it just a personal?
It's just. I guess it's just a personal thing. I don't think it's an ethical thing because, who am I to dictate someone else's morals or ethic? And
correct.
It's not necessarily a religious thing. I don't think it's a religious thing. I don't know. It's just a personal thing for me. Yeah. I wouldn't. I wouldn't personally have any augmentations.
See,
Well,
see for
that's
me,
fair.
me, I'm probably the opposite side of that scale, because I would, if I could no longer do something, there's got to be the acceptance that you'll never ever do that thing again.
Right.
Let me put it this way: I lose my sight. That means I can't see Tam again. I can't see the kids again. That I know I've lost. If I've got the ability to regain some of that through technological means, then you have to make the decision, okay, do you cope and adjust the way you interact with the world and therefore see with your fingers? Because let's face it, blind people do tend to map people's faces out and use muscle memory to do that. Or do you use technology? I'm always going to be a advocate of technology, but used and tempered in the right way. Certainly you wouldn't want to have any form of device or control that's got any form of ability to talk to the outside world, because who knows what could happen at that stage. You never want to have any form of technology in your body that can be overridden and taken control of, and so you lose all capability. So there's obvious.
But pacemakers do, don't they? They send a signal to a machine to make sure it's regulated, and then that sends it to a central
That's
base.
in the confines of the design of that particular
machine.
device.
But is it? That's what you're saying.
Agreed.
Is it?
Agreed.
Is it?
Agreed.
That's where the things is. You're saying that you don't, like, in a way, you don't trust the operator. Now, there's got to be very much regulations. What you're saying is very, in a very weird sense, is the regulators have let bypassed that little company that wants to put this hidden chip in. That kind of tracks you, and that's what the like a little conspiracy kind of theory you might have into that. Like, most of the times it's probably innocent. Like, you're not going to get that. Like, it is mostly, everything is a little bit health worthy. You know, it's for the best purpose, I think. Like, I know what you just said about the things that you could miss. You know, I'm just waiting for the super chats now to get you that comb so you can get that implant for your hair.
I mean, look at it. It's gone. It's gone.
And it's gone.
I'm never going to have hair again, so I don't give a fuck. That's why I'm growing up.
Yeah, but you could have. Okay, for men, it's a real stigma, and I wouldn't care about it. But for men, what we said about early stigma is men's hair implants is still a stigma, even though it's a very basic surgery, and it can give you, your full mop again. But why is that? But for women get breast implants, it's not so much frowned upon. But there's very simple procedures.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why is it like what we said earlier about down the pub? Look, you gone bald. Oh, you're
bald
gonna get your hair done.
right.
What the fucking hell was going on there, you little twat?
But am I a strange female? Because I think hair implants for men are actually, if they want to do it, they should do it.
Yeah, 100%.
Yep, 100%.
Why is 100%? Like, why? But why I'm saying that there's that stigma there. There is that stigma there. It's like, sorry, it's a very, very simple procedure. But it's like, there are so many surgeries out there that you can to improve yourself cosmetically, I suppose is the best way to call it. And they are got, stigma attached to it.
Then I don't see hair implants on men as cosmetic.
Definitely.
It blurs the line. Yeah.
One of the boys' mates had gone bald at the age of 15.
Right.
And it made him look 35.
Yeah.
Poor little
that makes buying beer a lot easier.
Take him down. Give him the implant. It's like the kids with really big jug ear rolls. Fix them. Hair lips. Fix them. Going to get a bigger pair of tits for the sake of getting a bigger pair of tits, I don't agree with it.
I mean, do you guys remember when Wayne Rooney had his hair transplant done?
Yeah.
Everybody was fucking mocking him for it, right?
Nobody cares now.
Because everybody was like, why would you do that to yourself? Right? And then another point to what Jack was saying about like the not donating things. It reminded me of that movie Repo Man that Jude Law did a couple of years ago. When they were basically renting out organs to people, and when they couldn't pay the money,
Repo Man.
Basically, they send out Repo Man to take out the organs again and bring them back to the place that sold them to.
Did you see
people,
Repo the musical?
Did I see Repo the musical? No, I have not, because I barely watch any musicals, Abe.
Musicals are
well, neither do I. But it had Anthony Stewart Head in it from Buffy.
Giles?
Oh my God. Giles? Oh my.
Giles.
From the Gold Blend coffee advert?
Yes.
Yes. That's my Gold Blend, the smooth bastard.
Yeah.
Smooth bastard, yeah.
But it is like there is like certain things, like there's medical things, like I say about the breast implants. There's I suppose a percentage of women that will never get an A cup because there's something genetically wrong, and it's not like back in. Well, but they're still female, so they can have the chance, like that, you know. There's that. It's like that. It's like the 15-year-old got bald. And there's reasons. There's a genetically anomaly, I suppose is the best way to put it. Say that 5 times fast.
Yeah, but that's more for medical reasons.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But that's why they're there. That's why, you know, you have that. You can get that. Like, no, you're going on about, I know, I'm a double D and I want to go to a G. What are you talking about? There needs about, but like you get that very much in.
Some women are Gs and they want to, you know, become like C's because of
they
what Tam was saying earlier. You know what I mean about it being uncomfortable and, you know.
Yeah, but you get the idiots.
Sort of
everybody's seen the idiots. What's it called? Botch. Everybody's seen the movie, like the program Botch, when they come in there, they got these massive like basketballs, and they're like, I need another lot, and you're like, you need to sit down with a therapist for a few years.
Yeah, you need help.
That's it. You need actual mental help, not literally. But that's the whole thing. What we got today is it's the norm. Sorry, Jack. It's just the norm of that body dysmorphia. It's like everything. Oh, it's normal to get that cut off. It's normal to have that change. It's no. What about if you just sat down 30 minutes a week and spoke to somebody about your problems before you went into cut?
Yeah. You see, for me, I'm at a dichotomy. I'm in a bit of a dichotomy because, like, I personally don't want any augmentations, and I would silently judge everybody for having augmentations. But I'm also of the mind that you can do whatever the fuck you like with your own body.
Yeah, but the thing is,
you know what I mean? And I feel like you should be free to do whatever you want with your own body. If you want to smoke. I've given up smoking because I didn't want to do that to my body anymore. I don't drink. If you want to drink, though, drink. I just probably won't hang out with you because I hate drunk people. If you want to get big tits, I probably won't go out with you. You know what I mean? Because I'm not bothered about you getting augmentations. I know I don't want someone with like fucking fish lips. I don't want someone with big tits. I don't want anything like that. If you want to go and get a Neuralink, so that you can see again, I probably, it's up to you that you go and do that. But I think you're fucking stupid.
Well, even if it cures the blind.
I mean, the thing is, obviously, philosophically or even just otherwise, there's nothing wrong with having that opinion. There's nothing. Yeah. If you want to believe that someone's a fucking idiot because they've got augmentations to do X, Y, or Z, whatever the reasons are, whatever the goal of those augmentations, obviously correct. It's that person's decision, that person's own decision for what they want to do with their own body. We all silently judge each other to a degree anyway. Let's face it. Someone changes their hairstyle, we're going to silently judge.
I can all hear you silently judging me now.
No. Yeah. I'm just wondering, like,
100%.
Just of a completely different of things. Let's say they had a chip. Literally, they had a chip. Yeah. Literally, this is like the things. They had a chip, some fucking breakthrough thing that you could get a chip implanted into your finger. They're literally minoscopic. Yeah. Literally, prick done. Walk out 2 minutes. No real operation, but it cure cancer in every person.
I'd have it.
Yeah, I mean it's a very good.
Yeah, it's literally you're very grey. It's a very grey line. It is literally
moral ambiguity.
Yeah, it is. It's where you're going to go. It's like, I understand where Jack's coming from. It's like, it's probably more about the blindness and the chips and all that. There's that instigation of like, what are they putting in your body? But then there's all the other side of like I suppose technology is moving so quickly. It's like what we're talking about now in 10 years time is going to be
It's going to be daft. Yeah. And the thing is, Jack, you're being supported by other people that's in chat. Rick's exactly the same opinion. Refuses to live in a cyberpunk world, which is all about augmentations and things like that. But putting the technological aside for a second, there's other things as well that's going on within medicine that you could have almost the same attitude towards. You look at how many infants that are still in the womb that are having genetic editing done to solve or cure certain diseases that would ordinarily have killed them as soon as they were born. At what point do you draw the line? I mean, it's
probably all agree that everyone should be free to choose what they want to do, but nobody should be forced to do anything.
Correct. But I guess
about that.
I guess part of my feeling behind it is I'm not going to think less of someone who's added technology to their being for the betterment of themselves. If they're trying to solve a problem, trying to solve a genetic abnormality, whether they're solving blindness, whether they're solving the inability to walk, straighten out their spine or anything like that, I would expect people to treat me, if I had to have a device implanted that would allow me to communicate with people again or get my sight back, I wouldn't expect people to think of me any less because I'm still the same person.
But this is the thing. Would you judge the person with Parkinson's for having the implant that helps them control the shaking, their inability to walk, hold a spoon, hold a cup?
I mean, you know for well I wouldn't.
Yeah, but this is what it boils down to. At the end of the day, it's that person's quality of life.
That's a very, very loaded question as well.
It is also the person's choice to have that.
Yeah.
That's why I think Jack was getting at.
I mean, for me, like I said, I'll silently judge you, right? But I won't make you feel bad for making a choice for yourself.
Yeah.
I'm not going to sit here and tell you that that I think that you're stupid and make you feel bad for yourself.
Yeah.
But you know exactly the same as you said about tattoos. Like, you haven't got a tattoo, but if somebody got a fucking Homer Simpson tattoo, you'd be like in your head, you're going, what a fucking idiot. And you go, yeah, that's nice. Walk on. Are you happy with it? Enjoy your day. What a fucking twat.
That's almost as daft as tattooing the name of your ex on your cock.
Yeah, but Smu looks good.
Yeah, but how many females do you know that's got fucking little bloody men with...
Oh, I thought you meant just going to say it there. Little bloody. Little bloody.
Fucking straight across their fucking airy bits. They're chopping the fucking grass.
My German cousin's ex-wife actually had his name tattooed on her arm.
No regrets.
No regrets, yeah. And they got divorced this year.
I knew a black dude. I knew a black dude who had Wendy printed on his cock, but when he got a hard on, it said, "Welcome to Barbados. Have a nice day."
Did Oh, come on, Greg. Come on. You got the drum set behind you.
No, it's not turned on.
Neither are you.
I got anti-disestablishmentarianism.
It's such an old joke.
All along the length.
It's good. It's good. I mean, the thing is that
I love daily dysfunction, Abe.
Yeah, that was it. That was a slightly loaded question because obviously we've got a history of Parkinson's. So for me, if someone needs to have deep brain stimulation to cure the tremors, then I'm all for it. Because it comes down to that quality of life.
Quality of life, yeah.
Is how you improve those things. For me, I'm entitled to go down the same lines to cure the pain I suffer from CRPS. And be under no illusion. The amount of people that commit suicide due to CRPS, which is a thing that everybody should reach out for, suicide prevention and all those lines. We'll put them up at the end of the show.
Is the month.
It's a disease that can be certainly managed a lot better if you have the deep brain stimulation to basically stun the nerves. And it's exactly the same for Parkinson's. Most neurological conditions have exactly the same kind of prospective quality of life improvements due to it. But I mean, the thing is, it's certainly interesting. They haven't. I think the important thing from this is that they haven't actually solved blindness. They're just devices being approved to go to the next stage.
Isn't it going to be like go by sci-fi kind of thing? It isn't going to give them the sight back. It's going to do like a Georgie LaForge kind of thing.
Yeah, and that's what they're expecting.
They're trying to improve quality of life for those.
Yeah, it's going to give like this kind of like not full vision, but it's going to give like a.
It's a pseudo vision, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
I work in ophthalmology, the eye care stuff, right? So you have people who can only see like shades or like light and dark, for example.
Yeah.
What this device would do is enable them to possibly see more shapes again.
Yes.
Let's not kid ourselves here. They will not cure blindness immediately.
It's Atari 2600 graphics.
No.
Well, you could say that, yeah, pretty much. It's just like trying to improve the quality of life, essentially.
Well, it's still basically a beta product, isn't it? So
yeah, I mean, it's not even in alpha. It's way before then.
Jack and your comrades, go on.
What the fuck? Right, Hezbollah pager explosions latest: 14 dead and more than 450 injured across Lebanon. As walkie-talkies now start to detonate. So yeah, it's interesting times over in Beirut and Lebanon.
Walkie-talkies, pagers. Who's using this shit in 2024?
But the thing is, it's
people want to be off the radar, mate.
It's older tech that is less likely to be tracked. So every criminal organization that you can fucking think of is going to be using it.
Yeah. I don't understand that mentality, though. I've got to be honest with you, because about it being new tech and being untraceable and etc. Right? The simple fact that I can personally intercept pager communications with a software-defined radio tells me that that's not entirely true. Like I can intercept medical and emergency services pager communications with an SDR and print it out on my screen. Yeah, right. But so it's completely unencrypted. Yeah, and now you can get some walkie-talkies like what are being used by the police, and they have the Tetra system. And you need to have the sort of encryption key to be able to decode it, but it really doesn't take an awful lot to be able to decode it.
Okay, let me phrase it slightly differently then. Because most of this is older tech, a lot of the civilians have moved on to the newer, up-to-date digital stuff and far less likely to impact any of the communications method used by old analog devices and old technology.
Yep.
So they have more bandwidth available to them to use.
Well, yeah.
Still use typewriters for their intelligence reports.
It wasn't surprising me, to be honest. Wasn't surprise me, but 14 people have been killed and at least 450 minecrafted. Injured after a second day of explosions. After handheld walkie-talkie devices detonated. At least one of the blasts reportedly took place near a funeral organized by Iran-backed Hezbollah for those killed the previous day when thousands of pagers used by the group exploded across the country. Now, we see this kind of tactic used by terrorist organizations where they will draw people in from one set of explosions, and it's usually first responders and stuff like that. Then they'll detonate a second device. But it's just interesting to me. Meanwhile, Israel decided to blow up the pager devices carried by militia group Hezbollah earlier than planned over fears the operation would be discovered. 12 people, including 2 children, haven't been proven. It was a use it or lose it moment. Where was the other? Had another one. Stand by.
The Iranian ambassador to Lebanon, he also had one of these devices, and he got blew the fuck up.
Yep, he got cooked.
Yeah, I think it's this. I think it's this one. Yeah. So what they've got? Second day of explosions. At least 20 people killed. Joint operation between Israeli's intelligence service Mossad and the Israeli military. And obviously, what Israel saying, the country's defense minister said a new era in Israel's war effort is beginning, tactically acknowledging Israel's role in the Hezbollah operation. We ain't seen the end of it, but it's from everything that we've seen, and I can't find the actual page itself, but Jack, coming back to the original stuff that we were talking about the other day, there were definitely booby-trapped devices.
Right.
100%.
So yeah, right. But if we can go take this off, because you keep
stand by.
Roboting again.
There you go, buddy.
So, right, this walkie-talkie stuff is new to me, because this is like the first I'm hearing of it. Just before the show, you said that the walkie-talkies exploding and stuff like that, right? But with the pagers, it just doesn't make sense.
It doesn't really, no.
No, the Israel preloaded. They intercepted a shipment of pagers from Taiwan. But that's what was originally said. Yeah. But now apparently they're saying that the brand of pagers, there's a manufacturer in Europe, and these pagers specifically came from Budapest in Hungary, which is in the EU, by the way. Mm-hmm. So they preloaded them with PETN, which is a highly explosive. It's more shock sensitive, more friction sensitive, and more heat sensitive than TNT. And apparently they preloaded an entire shipment of these pagers, and then they reintroduced them to postal logistics. Now, that's illegal in itself, to put explosives into the postal service.
Yeah,
okay?
Put them in the postal
That's
service.
Illegal.
Yep.
Why the fuck would they be admitting to that, right? Secondly, think about this. From a technological standpoint, in order to make a battery overheat, you've either got to bridge the terminals, or you've got to put it under such a load, like an instant load, like such an instant workload that it heats up to a certain extent, right? And I understand batteries heating up, and then it's next to a little capsule of explosive, and it goes kaboom. Yeah, I totally understand the theory behind that. But what is going to put a pager under such a load that it makes a battery heat up? Now,
I can answer this one.
You could say that they sent they programmed the pager so that it could have a little fucking transistor switch in it or something like that, so it bridged the gap between the what's it, and it made them explode. But it doesn't make sense, right, to do all of that when you could have just had a switch, instead of making the battery heat up, to just make the explosives explode. Now, the thing that makes me a little bit suspicious about it all is because the New York Post was reporting on it, and all they kept saying was, our sources say, and allegedly, right? That's not proof of anything, right? Me personally, I think is that Israel is getting the blame for it, and these pagers were going to be used. They were specifically made by Hezbollah. This is my theory,
Yeah.
So they essentially sabotaged themselves.
No, not well. Kind of. Imagine this scenario. So you get a bunch of pages in. You once you've got the pages, you put explosives in them so that at a later time you can like text the pager. You text it the little explodey code, and it explodes when you want it to. But imagine the situation where a bunch of these pages have been manufactured, passed out to Hezbollah terrorists, and then accidentally someone at Hezbollah fucking high command sends out the code to all of the pages at once in a complete and utter accident, or Israeli spies got the explodey code and knew the numbers to all of the pages, and then they sent it out. Right?
So
that makes more sense.
Try this, and this is pure conspiracy, but it's based off something that's entirely possible. You've got a bunch of pages that have been intercepted, and additional circuitry has been put onto those devices that registers the number of pages that device has received. At the 10th page, a simple resistor circuit or something is activated that takes the power from the battery, doesn't detonate the battery, doesn't overheat the battery, but provides significant enough force. I mean, PETN will go off like nitroglycerin anyway. It's almost exactly the same.
Even more quickly. It's even more sensitive.
You're supplying the energy required to detonate the PETN, which then sympathetically will probably explode the battery while you get a big puff of black smoke. The battery itself is irrelevant. That's just the power supply to detonate the PETN. But it doesn't take much to add that small circuitry to a device. Because let's face it, most of these pages will probably have the old school laptop battery charging it. You make that half the size, and then you put PETN the rest of in the gap. Add the necessary circuitry in. I could probably do it downstairs. That's not an admission.
Yeah, I mean, like we could do it with microcontrollers. Yeah, we've got like Arduinos and fucking
ESP 2866s, ESP32s, all
PIC
of these
chips.
Devices. You don't even need that. You can make a simple trigger counting circuit tiny enough that you don't need any of that shit. And it's just registering the amount of pages. And after 10, because, I mean, the thing is that obviously guys chat, I'm ex-Armed Forces, did mine disposal. And quite a few of the mines that we came against were specifically programmed to ignore the first couple of ships that went over the top of them and detonate on the third or fourth. Because they always knew the order in which the Billy Big ships with all of the people on came into certain waterways. So they would have...
Generates a false sense of security as well.
Yeah, they would have magnetic mines that would ignore the first one, ignore the second one, count onto the third, count onto the fourth, detonate. It's not...
Cluster bombs work in the same way. When they shoot out the cluster of bombs and they drop, some of them detonate immediately, and then others wait for a certain amount of time before they detonate so that people go into the area and start rescuing people and then blow up again.
Just chilling.
But it just doesn't make sense that they preloaded a bunch of fucking walkie-talkies with highly sensitive, high explosives, and then put them back into the postal system.
No, I mean
that doesn't make sense.
There's so many different conventions that they've simply broke. It actually probably goes down as a war crime.
Well, that's what they're saying in that article, isn't it? It goes against humanitarian law, etc. But it's not just that. It goes against the majority of Western countries' postal fucking laws.
Yeah.
To put explosives through the mail. It doesn't make sense. And, when you send something from, when you send something from here to Hungary or wherever, that it's not like it just goes directly from here to Hungary. It goes through all these different depots. It goes through all these different, transporters, and it's high explosives. And you've got a whole fucking shipment of them that could just, accidentally detonate on the way there. Yeah, you know what they're like, throwing the fucking packages around and how they're treated, on conveyor belts and stuff like that, getting them in and out of the back of the wagons, all that kind of stuff. It's not like they just go from one place to another and they're being really careful with the package to make sure that it gets there without any knocks or bangs or scrapes. It just doesn't make sense that they sent explosives through the mail.
Well,
that they intercepted them and then sent them back on their merry way.
Of things. So
What
they
you say,
most
Abe?
certainly. I was just saying that they've got, even in the UK, they've got scanners for those kinds of things, and they definitely have them internationally.
Yes. Oh, 100%. They need to. But guys, we're coming up to towards the third hour, and as always, we start wrapping things up. So, Smu, are you there?
I am here, sir.
Right, let's go around the table and let's find out where people are, where they're going to be, what they're going to be doing.
As for me, I'll be on Dames and Dogs tomorrow, as always. Thursdays. Friday, I might play some Time Splitters again. Maybe some Baldur's Gate over the weekend, because I haven't played that game in a while and I want to catch up on things. Potentially some Space Marine over the weekend if we can get some things sorted out with Alf, but probably not this weekend. Definitely Final Fantasy 14 though, because we haven't played that game in a while, and I want to play it again. Apart from that, just check my social media, Twitter at DJ Smu, or the community tab where you find the latest news of what I'm up to. I'm also working on a little project in the background that might get revealed soon, so just keep your eyes peeled for that one. And you always find me here on Wednesdays, Hump Day Chimwag, of course, on my channel and Tomby's. And just subscribe to all the lovely chaps and ladies on the panel. And that's all I got to say for now.
Cool.
See you tomorrow for some more games.
Thank you very much indeed, Smo. Stacy Queef.
I'm going to shit myself some more this week. I'm going to do another
some
challenge.
more.
Yeah, I'm going to shit myself, completely scare myself with Beyond Handwell, a really scary independent game by some developers in Sheffield.
It's 2024 game, isn't it? That's brand new.
Yeah, it's brand new. Their first ever game.
How much did it set you back?
£15, I think, like $14.99 when it came out. It's absolutely brilliant. It's one of the. It's like, you like Silent Hill, you like Resident Evil, go and check it out. I don't like those games, but this is a great game. And yeah, I'm pooping myself. So right now, maybe doing the same, but we never know. Apart from that, it's going to have a bit of fun. I might troll Tomby later.
You might not be able to. I'll explain that in a minute. Thank you, as always, Queef, for joining us this evening. Gregory.
Hello. What am I doing with my
You tell us.
What's this? Well, I'll try. I don't love black dongs. That's not true.
I need to change that.
Well, while you're changing that, I'm just gonna show my latest acquisitions.
Conan.
Graphic novels of the latest series.
I've updated it now.
Oh, goody. Tomorrow I'm going to be... So today is a 2-stream day, and tomorrow I'm going to be streaming with Mr. Porkchop if he's playing Minecraft, I think. And Roger has asked me... Is it Ryan? Has asked me to come on to his podcast. Yeah, Ryan Roger, I think. Has asked me to come on on Sunday night, 9 o'clock for Reality Based. So I'll be on there. I'm not sure if I'm going to stream anything this weekend. We'll have to see how it goes. But I am back in the saddle, it appears.
Nice. Well, it's good to see you streaming again, mate.
Thanks for your help this week, Tomby. You've been fucking invaluable. Oh, look.
There's a but.
It's like
he's playing
Blair Witch Project.
I was just thinking that, yeah.
Oh, he's putting his fucking magical helmet back.
Yeah, he needs to stop cosplaying his Lord Helmet for a change.
Yeah.
You can find Stacy Queef on his channel, Stasis Queef. As always, guys, go subscribe to the lovely Goldilocks, and he'll be back next week.
Gonna skip over to Jack. Jack. Oh, we've killed Jack. Jack's
and he's
disappeared.
gone.
That sucks.
No, he's back.
He's back.
He's back.
Oh, there we go.
We shared a screen. His screen died. That's ironic.
Sharing your screen broke it.
Let me stop sharing that link so you can do your outro, Jack.
Hello, I'm Jack Tarlad. You can catch me on Twitter at Jack Tarlad. Tuesdays it's the Vice City streams. Wednesdays I'll be here. Tomorrow night, I think I've got something. I'm not going to tell you exactly what it is, but look out for notifications on my Twitter. I've got something special planned for tomorrow at 10 o'clock. Because Commercial Breakdown has had to take a little bit of a backseat. I was going to come back with it, but when I went to go and do it, unfortunately, the dude who I was getting all of my commercials off, his channel was completely blitzed. And
it's
so,
been
like,
nuked, hasn't it?
Yeah, thousands and thousands of videos just all gone.
Yeah,
all gone. So, yeah, Commercial Breakdown's going to have to take a little bit of a backseat, but I've got something else planned instead. So stay notified for that, and come and follow me on Twitter, and you'll be able to see the notifications for that tomorrow. Other than that, though, you might see some other gaming streams throughout the week, because I've got that stream avatars thing working now.
Yep.
And so people have been in the chat and having fun with that just on its own.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I might just do a stream avatar stream.
So do you know what? Just having a solo chinwag with the chat, stream avatars running down the bottom. I've been thinking about something very similar, and it's probably not a bad thing to do, Jack, to be honest, because it's such good fun. And for those people that don't know what stream avatars is, if you check out Jack's stream from the other night, any of my streams for the last few days, EO's streams as well. EO's now using it. Grumpy Old Gamer as well. He's the one that first had it on, that I grabbed it. Stream avatars, nice and easy. Downloaded it from Stream. Get it installed. Once it's installed, you basically connect to your YouTube, and it pulls down your chat, pulls down who's in your chat, and you can do boss battles and battle royales and all that good stuff. It's good.
Yeah, we were fighting a dinosaur in Jack's chat the other day.
Yeah. And you can be... There's so many different free avatars and stuff that you can download. You can be turtles, you can be freaking dinosaurs, you can be characters from anime, manga, you name it. Well-known games, Smash Brothers, Final Fantasy... Marvel, DC...
One Piece...
No, Wednesday.
So I'm gonna have to draw the pixel art.
I want a Wednesday.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to draw the pixel art for it. But right, okay, so that's those done. Hanayama.
Yeah, doing the usual, trolling people on Twitter, being fucking salty at Ubisoft because they're fucking shit. And outside of that, if you or any of the other fellows play Remnant 2, then I have some good news, because next Tuesday on the 24th, the final DLC, or at least the final known DLC for Remnant 2, the Dark Horizon, releases. And with it, we get the new class, which is the Warden, which allows you to deploy a drone that does a bunch of shit. And obviously, we get new items, we get new weapons. We also get, for any of you that don't buy the DLC, we get free stuff that goes into the base game, which includes the new Boss Rush survival game mode. And we're getting new endgame content with the new Prism Shot system. So your builds get even more retardedly ridiculous, which I'm all in for. So, yeah, we're definitely going to do that. Outside of that, shitting on garbage people. As usual.
Perfect. Abe!
How do?
That is it.
That's it. Yeah.
That's it.
I just wanted to give a shout out to Daily Dysfunction.
Simp.
Yes.
Bless you.
And also Yarnwich.
Yep.
Bless him.
So hopefully we'll see her back soon.
Get well soon, Yarnie.
Yeah, just for everyone's information, I have spoke to Yarnie a few times behind the scenes. So yeah, it's difficult times at the minute. But at the right point in time, she will be back with us. She will be lurking every now and again. She might not say anything, but the company will be enough at the minute. I am going to be sorting out some things in the background. Pay attention to the community tab on the Tommy channel, and I'll fill you in on some details. Specifically for Yarnie as well, if you're interested in any... Let me just stop that for a second. If you're looking for any Christmas gifts, stuff like that for Easter, Christmas, birthdays, whatever, please consider going over to Pine and Cauldron by Yarnie for awesome yarns and sock ideas and potential Wogget warmers. I changed it from Willy warmers because Wogget sounds better. So jump over there, see if you can help in any way you can with some purchases, because she is going very hard on Pine and Cauldron at the minute for reasons. For reasons.
And before I forget, just in case that Nerdtex is still in chat lurking, do your homework.
Yes.
Do your fucking job, Jay. Honeymoon's over, pal.
Yeah.
No more excuses. Do your homework.
So Nerdtakes is another one of the panelists. So follow Jay over on his YouTube channel, Nerdtakes, for awesome gaming and entertainment. Let's go to the bar. Yes.
Bar.
Go to the
bar.
Indeed. Who else are we missing? No, that's fine. So for myself, I was going to be playing some Baldur's Gate 3 today, but that's sadly cancelled. Unfortunately, Dominique's not going to be available. But you'll find me on Linktree, all the major platforms. I'm currently taking a break from Twitch for the next 12 days. So I've got 12 days remaining, which I'm going to hit Twitch pretty hard. So I will be looking for some support once I go back onto Twitch to get the right numbers in the right place. The other thing I wanted to bring up as well, so I might do a stream in about half an hour.
No, really it is that small. It's like his
It
feet,
is.
hairy, smelly, and small.
Yes.
Yep, that's right. It is a weird shape for a penis. Nobody can ever feel anything except for his little strong right hand. And he loves that little hand every day. Dirty little Tomby.
100%.
I wonder who did that one.
Yes.
Who did that one?
Right. The other thing I just wanted to bring up is probably quite important as well, is over the last couple of years, we've done a few Gifts and Go. Now, the Gifts and Go that we've currently got running for Smu and Smu's PC has kind of gone a bit stale. So what I'm going to be doing is actually attacking some of the ways I go about helping other streamers, other creators slightly differently. I'm going to be starting to use Throne for this. So Throne gives you the ability to help crowdfund components or crowdfund certain devices and things like that. Smu's stuff's on there. I've also got stuff on for Dealbreaker. I'm sorting out Steel Leg as well. Whenever I find that someone's lacking in a piece of kit or something that they need, new chair, new desk, whatever, I'm going to be throwing it onto there just for coordinating and trying to help out those guys and girls out there, as well as other people that are not necessarily streamers. So make sure you pop into that. The last person, and I almost forgot, Ickly Pickly.
It's me. How can you forget your wife?
Because you haven't made me a cup of tea in like over an hour.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah. This cup of tea is dead.
That's the benchmark.
It is.
What am I going to be doing apart from the normal trying to get the garden sorted? Getting ready for the new puppy. Doing my courses. So I'm doing one on puppy training and the other one on grooming. And doing my stream on Saturday, maybe.
Yeah, Saturday. So our next World of Warcraft stream and Ickle's next stream will be Saturday, guys. So over at Destiny's Bears on YouTube, she does have Rumble, but at this current point in time, it's just YouTube at the minute. But
That's more
make
than
sure you
enough.
go and pop across and support her. Always a good thing.
Yep.
Always good. Anything else, Icky?
No, I think that's about it.
Cool. Happy days. Anything less? Anything left? Anyone want to say anything?
Nope.
Stacey showed us his butt. He didn't say a word.
I mean,
he hasn't got a butt. He's got a butt that reminds me of fucking who's that chick? Fucking Captain America. Not Captain.
Haley Atwell.
That's it. He's got a Brie Larson butt. Nothing to look at.
I mean, otherwise, do we have anything else? No, outside of Jay, do your homework.
Yeah.
Do your homework.
I still have more money in my wallet than Ubisoft shares.
Yes, and we've still got more watches than there were in fucking Concord. So
at this point, fucking, I have more money in my wallet than fucking Ubisoft shares. Like, what the fuck?
Hang on, I've got one more thing to say. Anybody in Lebanon who is pointing the finger at Israel, my only message to you is, what fingers?
I learned from history.
The funny thing is, the funny thing is that stasis is. We all know where it's coming from because stasis is fucking his microphone's triggering his icons.
Yep.
I love breasts. Yes. Women love other women's breasts. Gay men love breasts. One thing that could unite the world is breasts and cleavage.